Fairy tale they say, real and no.
Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Honeybees on social media shows. We are so thankful that you decided to tune in with us today. My name is Ty, and I'm joined by the lovely
Tabatha.
and
I'm the lovely Hornet, JC.
yes, and we are so thankful that you decided to hang out with us today. So we hope that you're off to a wonderful start this week. When I know we're only 2 days in, but you know,
2 days
who knows?
in.
Who knows? Anything could happen in 2 days. So,
Lots
2 good
happens
days. Tabitha, you already have good stuff to report.
I do have good stuff to report.
Only 2 days into the week?
2 days into the week.
The business week. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about you care to share?
Oh, my
Are you ready
gosh.
to tell us how things have been going?
Yes, tell us.
I think I just figured something out. You've
What?
been calling yourself a hornet. Is that because we're honeybees?
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm so fucking stupid.
You're just
I'm
now
like,
getting
wait a minute. Something
Oh my
sounds
God.
right or doesn't, or I don't
just
know.
now-
I'm the harmless Hornet.
The harmless
The
hornet,
harmless
even.
Hornet, if there's such
Yeah,
a
I hear
thing.
you.
Yes.
I hear you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
Man.
that from the very first time he's
I
mentioned it.
know. I am not that quick. Seriously,
You know, like
I am
hornets,
not
they're
that
like
quick.
the more masculine, like stingy kind, right?
Right.
They sting more or something.
They they've got those pokers.
I
So
only snap at the Karens and Felicias on social media.
the Karens and Felicias.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I'm just like, bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
No.
I so can't do
And
this.
I'm like,
So JC styled my hair for me today.
Oh,
we
JC
played beauty shop.
Oh,
I love playing
love-
beauty
We
shop.
played beauty shop.
Oh, I
I'm
So-
not
love
gonna
it.
cut
It
your
looks-
hair, but I'm gonna style it.
It looks good. It looks good. What do you think?
It's fun.
Yeah,
Really,
it's a little
it's-
different. It's usually kind of to the side, I think.
Oh, it's usually whatever the curling iron and the hairspray allow for the day. Like it just wasn't working out today. And he's like,
Oh.
I'll jazz it up a little bit. I'm like, you know
Yes.
what? I like that I have a stylist now.
It's the
JC's on
updated
point.
version of Imelda Marcos, like
It's
like
something,
the
right?
dictator's wife / woman of today.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, like we were
Yeah.
talking about how come we haven't had a woman president before. That could totally
yes.
that look could totally
Like the hair,
rock.
yeah.
Highly
Yeah.
You know,
Our
presidentiable.
first female president.
I am prepared
Uh-huh.
to take over some shit. I don't know if it's really the world or even the United States, but it should be something.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
should
that
be
look
something.
could go. JC, what products did you put in her hair to
Well,
get
I
it to
placed
slick back like that?
He's like, well, what happened was.
the fashion hair glue. I put some fashion hair glue.
Really?
glue. I
Hair
never heard
glue?
Yes, and,
Well, wait,
and then I kind of
I
used,
have
glue
that.
for like extensions. Do you mean that?
and
kind
then
of
I
stuff?
fingered her hair. I mean,
Yay! Yay! And I loved it. I loved
and then I
it.
sprayed.
But with hair glue
What?
Yeah, but just
That's
a little
kind of-
bit. Not too much though.
and
Not-
hairspray too.
and hairspray on top of that. Yeah.
Are there two different kinds of glue, JC? Because I know some women put glue for their what is it, extensions or tracks or something in their hair? Is it that kind of stuff? Or
No, no,
idea
no. This
about that life.
one is you just
Neither am I.
I know. You're
You
like
know,
I'm natural.
I just heard.
just put a little bit, not too much. Not
Okay.
too much because it hardens the hair.
So it kind of
I
gives a little
hear you.
added reinforcement to
added
the hairspray.
reinforcement, yeah. And if you want that punk rock look, then you can
Punk rock.
definitely go like
For
this.
sure.
With the
make it
hair glue.
spiky with the hair glue.
Is
yeah.
that how people do it? How
Yes,
they do like
yes.
their mohawks? and
Okay.
stuff like
See,
that?
I didn't know. I didn't know how
Yeah.
they do that.
I
That's-
never.
So it's the hair glue from CVS
to-
Pharmacy.
Right he's like from CVS Pharmacy. I might have to
Nice.
check into that a little bit
That's
because
good.
maybe I absolutely love my hair. I love that it's so soft and
Mhm. Yes,
snuggly.
yes.
But then you start adding stuff to do whatever fluffing you're doing for the day, and it's like, not so soft now, but
Yes.
they can still pull it if they want. It'll bounce back.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't
cool,
know.
cool, Pete.
Beautiful.
So you're
I
just having
love
one
it.
of those hair days, and JC was here to the rescue.
Right.
To the rescue.
Yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
we know your hair is always on point with, whatever
Right.
products
The
you get
flip
it
and the
to
curl
sway that way or
For
whatever.
Yeah,
For
I
real.
direct my hair cutter. I'm like, no, don't cut that. Don't cut that.
part.
Don't
Not
cut that part.
Not that.
Yeah.
Not the flip. We
Yeah.
can't take the flip off.
Nice.
Man,
So,
oh man, oh
yeah.
man.
So
Cool
there
beans,
you go.
cool
I can
beans,
style
yeah.
my hair, but once again, I'm not gonna cut it. If you come to me and you say, JC, I need my hair to be styled, sure, I'll do it. Yeah. Just come to me with a clean slate, and I'll do whatever it is, whatever magic you want me to perform.
We're gonna have to play hair one day, like
Oh
for
yes,
real.
over
play
here,
hair,
like in front
yeah.
of the camera. Yeah.
Oh, well, all
I'd
right.
like to do your hair, too.
Hair on honeybees.
Yeah.
Right.
Hair on
I
next
hear you.
week on honeybees.
What I'd
Okay.
like to do for her is like the poofier 80s hair. I want to know
Uh,
how that's gonna
Oh my gosh.
She's all, well, that's not really my style.
It's
But
not.
for a change, for an episode of Honeybees.
Oh, okay, like the Diana Ross, like.
Not
Diana
exactly
Ross
Diana
poofy.
Ross, but just, Dynasty, Dynasty. you
That's
know.
what I feel like Maria's hair looks like today.
Today, yeah.
Because did you curl her hair too? Or
I sprayed it, and when you walked through the door, you caught me spraying her hair. And
Okay,
that's when you say, oh,
okay.
we're doing beauty shop.
Right, because that's how Beauty Shop happened, for sure.
Yes.
So,
I
yeah,
like
that
Beauty
was
Shop
cool, though. So
time.
she curled her own hair,
She
though.
curled her
and then you
own-
just...
And then she asked me to spray it. Can you spray my hair? I said, sure, honey.
You're like,
yeah.
I'm good with the hairspray.
Yeah,
I
she's
can
got
spray.
some pretty curls going on,
But
which you'll see her a little later in the
Yeah, it's
show
reminding me of
today.
the whole Dynasty look
Mm-hmm,
right
the
now.
whole Dynasty look. And just to let you ladies know,
Yes.
when I was a boy, I used to spray a lot of hairspray on my playmate's hair. And one time she came home crying because her hair was as hard as cement. And she ran out of the street with hair like this.
Right? That is kind of cool, though.
Mom,
That's right. She's like, I can only take so
Yeah.
much. I can
Oh
only
my
take
gosh,
so
that
much.
is so funny. Oh my gosh, she
Dude.
traumatized
She
the child. She
screaming,
probably
Cesar
never.
ruined my hair. My name was Caesar back in the day.
What? For
really?
real?
Caesar.
Is that where the C for JC comes from?
No.
Oh,
no.
oh, oh.
He's all know the shit was completely made
It's
up.
completely-
Pulled out of thin air.
Yeah, some witches back home in the Philippines changed my name because they said that I was under some kind of a curse. So they said, we'll change your name to Caesar.
Oh,
All right. You know what? You
Wow.
gotta adjust. When it's
That's
time to
dramatic.
adjust, it's just time
It's
to
a
adjust.
cultural thing, I
It's a
guess.
cultural
Oh, is
thing.
it?
I hear you.
It's like
We're
you're
gonna
under
give
a
you
curse,
another
we'll change your name.
Yeah, we're gonna just give you another name. Like, I thought only parents can do that.
I know, you're
or
like,
once you're
what?
of age, you can do it. Do you know if you guys can you do that in the Philippines? Like over here, you can change your name once you're grown up if it's approved name. Can you change like officially change names in the Philippines? Have you heard of that?
That's one thing.
Here,
that I
it's
don't
just
know.
it's just you go to court and tell the
Yeah.
judge why
Oh.
you're thinking you're crazy, and then they say yay or nay. But yeah, no, I hear you.
People change their names. Yeah, like officially.
I think I'm gonna change my name to Sex Pot, like because I'm feeling
Oh my
it.
gosh. Yeah.
You're like,
I don't know
she
if
just
the
never
government-
stops.
I don't know if the
And she's
government will
working.
approve that
they,
one.
they may not approve Sex Pot. I think
don't
they
know
should.
about
What?
that.
I'll be like, look, sir, come on, just let me have it.
What about
But you could try it.
Bombalicious?
Bombalicious. I could. You know what? That's fitting too.
Bombalicious.
That's fitting too.
Perhaps. I don't know. We'll see.
I feel so powerful sitting in the middle. I don't know if I like it. I feel like I should be in charge of something.
Yes,
But
you
really, I'm
are.
not qualified to be in charge of
you are.
anything.
No, you're a good girl. You're
See,
No.
this is the reason
And then I'm
why-
having to look back and forth like I'm so
yes.
busy today.
Yeah. It's cool. You know,
I'm so
I just,
stupid.
I like my flower to get some camera time too. So.
No, I
Her
totally get
flower
that.
gets some
I-
camera time.
Yeah.
We love our flowers to get. My flower probably gets different camera time than yours, but our flowers
My
are of a
flower
different
needs some
kind,
camera time
a different
too.
breed, right?
I like this. This is my favorite angle right
Uh-huh.
here because this is where I always have my flowers.
I love
So-
that.
Oh my
I love that
God.
about you, actually.
Oh,
I have another
yeah.
girlfriend that wears a flower all the time too. Her
Ooh,
name's Brenda,
awesome.
and
Ooh.
she's so fucking cute. Like she just has to have the flower,
Oh, she
and I'm
rocks.
I'm totally
Cool.
I'm totally into it.
Yeah, I have a collection.
I love it.
Does she have lots of
Yeah.
colors and stuff.
Yeah, so does she.
Yeah.
She has a lot of red, it seems, but
Ooh,
I don't
I
have
love
so
it.
much red. I really love pink,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
but
Pink is pretty.
I love
pretty.
hot
pretty.
pink.
Hot
I
pink.
don't know about
I
hot
love
pink.
I
That
love
neon
fuchsia.
pink color.
Fuchsia.
I love it
is
when
all
it
I love
burns my
fuchsia.
eyes.
Oh my god. Right.
You want your
I
eyes
see.
burning.
Yes.
Burning.
Yes.
I
Burning
hear
hunk
you.
of love. Okay.
Mhm.
Passion, the
It's
fuchsia.
like
okay.
jalapeno for the eyes.
I've had it a couple times when I was younger, but I
Ooh.
haven't really worn it in a bit. But
Fuchsia's a
I
pretty
don't know.
color. I like that shade of pink. It's
I thought
pretty.
somebody placed
It kinda
jalapeno on your eyes. I'm like, oh.
oh, right.
No, but you know what was so funny? It was like when the first time I cut jalapeno, I didn't know that there's a memo about cutting jalapeno.
Right,
And
right,
you really
right,
aren't
right,
supposed to
right.
do it with your bare hands.
Well, I mean, it depends
or
on how
maybe
tough
if it's
you are.
virgin hands, like I don't know. I mean,
Right.
I'd never tried to cut one before, and then like I felt a sensation
On your
and
hands?
Yeah, and I was like,
And then you did what
What is-
with them?
what is going on? I was like, oh my gosh, it must be the jalapenos, and my hands felt like they were on fire.
Yes, because they were.
it was terrible. Like I
gosh.
didn't even.
Like, I'm not tough like that.
I didn't know.
There's some shit I just can't do.
You should put on gloves when you're dealing with jalapeno.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I learned real quick after that time because I was like, "What do I do?" Like,
Yeah.
my hands were
Right.
being off. It hurt so bad. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh,
It
that's
was
not
terrible.
a good thing.
It was terrible. Oh, I mean, I don't know if it's like maybe it just has different reactions for different people. Like maybe for
Right.
maybe you can cut them and it's fine. But for me, like I cut it, I was like, "Oh my gosh," and that was it. And so now I put on like those little gloves, disposable gloves.
Oh my God, you cracked me up. That's awesome. Like, is that real? That's
Yeah,
like awesome.
I try to put on disposable gloves.
She's
now when
ready
I'm
to
dealing with
perform
jalapeno.
surgery. What can I tell you?
Right, she's
Yeah.
right. She's in it. She's in it to win it.
Yes.
I'm trying not to
It's
get
like
burned.
scalpel.
Right. I hear you on that.
If they say you can't take
Yeah.
the heat, get out of the kitchen. Well, I want to be in the kitchen.
Mhm.
I need the heat for the food, so I better glove up.
Better
y'all,
figure it
glove
out.
up,
Mhm.
Mask. I've been masking up now, and also glove up. I glove up
Mhm.
not just for jalapenos, but also when I'm out and about too. So
So my daughter and my granddaughter, I just took them to the Paris for. I
Oh.
wanted to get crepes. Crepes are like my most favorite
I
thing.
Love it. I
Oh,
love
They're
it.
like
oh
your
my
favorite
gosh,
sweet
I
treat?
love yes,
I
and I
love
love them
the sweet,
savory
right?
too though. Well, you
Oh.
can do them both ways. You
Oh.
can do them savory or sweet.
okay.
And I absolutely love them. But anyway, so I wanted to go to the crepe place. Well, the crepe place, I guess now is only open from 7 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon. We got there at 2:30, and I'm like, really?
all that
So
way.
I know. Well, the girls were sitting at the table and they were like giggling, and I'm like, what have I done now? Because it's usually just something, and they do or don't tell me. It depends on their mood, but they wouldn't tell me what it was, and I was like, all right. Like, they laugh at me all the time. I'm used to it. Get over it. Whatever. And then I just saw on Facebook that my daughter posted that there was 2 people making out with their masks on while we were out, and I'm like, and I missed it
Oh no.
because you guys didn't want to tell me what you were giggling about.
Oh my god.
So I didn't notice it, and they were just like,
Wow.
well, what are they doing? Like,
Oh, wow.
How do you make out with a mask on?
that's why I'm mad I didn't get to
Oh,
see.
my
Like,
God.
What did you do?
Yeah.
there's shit out there I need to know.
Shove it in your
and
face.
that's
I know, it's
something. How
Just
do you?
rubbing
Okay.
your face.
Right, right.
It's,
Like, you know, I'm
like-
all for a dry hump every now and again,
Uh-huh.
but fuck my life with a mask.
It's
I'm like, I don't know.
They should have taken
I'm-
a picture. Did they take a picture?
I didn't notice them taking a picture around that time. So I don't know if they did. And I think that if she had, she would have put it with her post. But so I don't think she did. But I did something fun yesterday.
Oh my
So
god.
like I was at Home Goods and TJ Maxx. It's a little combo thing. And I got a couple new dresses.
Ooh, lovely, lovely.
This being one of them. Linen is one
Very
of my
nice.
favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually got 2 linen dresses. This one and then a little shorter white one.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the white one because I've been wanting shorter dresses
There
lately.
you go. She
I'm
likes
like
mini
things are a
dresses.
little bit too long.
Yes, yes.
If they're too close to my knees, then I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna need that to be shorter. But
Uh-huh.
anyway, so this white dress was like a little shorter in the front and still pretty short in the back.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I was loving it, but it was like linen sometimes can be see-through if it's white. And
Okay.
so it was see-through.
Ooh.
And I was asking my daughter, I'm like, well, what should I wear with this? I don't have a slip. And so that wasn't going to happen in time. And she's like, just wear your nude bra and panties. And I'm like,
Yeah.
right, but like it's so see-through. And she's like, well, and I said, well, how about maybe a t-shirt? She's like, no, because you're going to have a cutoff point. It's going to look
Yes,
retarded.
yeah. Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to dive bar. So I went to dive bar to see the boys, you know, do their mic or whatever. And it was so cool. I love that dress. And I love
you
that
were
it was
smashed
see-through.
Nice.
Right.
That's
I
awesome.
smashed that dress.
That is
So-
so cool.
But I thought that I was going to be like neglected last night. Oh my God. I got to see Mr. Orgasm out and about.
I love your
Oh,
story.
my goodness.
Excuse me. I'm gonna have to just step off for just a second. Okay.
Are you
Okay.
crying? Oh my
Like,
lord.
just have it.
She's having her Academy Award winning moment right now.
Hold on.
Somebody
She's like,
give
well,
her
this
an-
was
an
going to be
Oscar."
discreet until JC started talking about it. She's like, I just need a moment. Right? She's like, I'm just trying not to interrupt. But no, so anyway, so I loved that dress and it was totally hot. But I thought I was going to get neglected last night. I got to see Mr. Orgasm. I haven't seen him in months. And so I was so excited. So then, but like Mr. Orgasm was there with like, well, he wasn't there with anybody, but like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I wanted to, Mr. Orgasm and I share pictures on Flickr. And so he likes
Yeah.
to put my pictures out there. And like, I had sent him a couple and he didn't put them out. And I'm like, oh, great. I'm on punishment. Like something's
Oh.
happened. I'm on punishment. He's not following our routine.
Mm-hmm.
And then he put pictures of another girl out there.
Oh, that's not
And then I
great.
was like, the fuck just happened here? Like,
Mhm.
how do we go from Tab's pussy to somebody else's?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So what I did was I put out a post on Facebook that I needed a stunt cock to let me give them head and to take video of it so that I would have video to, you know, be naughty and show Mr. Orgasm. And then that you can make pictures out of the video. You
Yes.
can do still shots. And so I needed that. And so, like, the guy that let me do that, he came over to the house, filmed it, did whatever. And you know what? He's so cute because he, like, didn't know how much footage I needed. I just needed the process. Like, I just needed some good work in there. But he was, like, taping for a half an hour, and he's like, how much more do you want? And I'm like, I was so tired. I was like, we need to be done. Can we wrap it up?
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
I just didn't know how much you needed. And I'm like, okay, cool. So anyway, so I have a good solid half an hour plus. But anyway, so he was there. So at one point, I was like in between the two of them. And I'm just sitting here thinking, Mr. Orgasm has no idea that this is the stunt cock that
Oh.
I, you know, then put on Flickr. And then all of a sudden, Mr. Orgasm snapped out of the bullshit. But anyway, it was just so funny. And I was just sitting there all tantalized like, boy, the two of you right now would be like awesome. And it would pull the one out of his shell and,
Yeah.
you know, just be fantastic because the other
Uh-huh.
one is there. But anyway, so that was kind of like,
Oh
I
my
see
gosh.
a couple men in a room and I'm like, oh, this looks like a party to me. And I'm the center of attention. But
There
anyway,
you
so
go.
that was cute. And then it was like, there were a couple of my boyfriends there last night. And I love that. I'm just sitting there in the room going, man, this could be like a little bit of a group activity if y'all would just let me share that, you know, we're all in this together. But I don't know. So it was kind of cute. So
Community service.
right. You know what? I serve my community.
Oh, there you go.
I make sure that the boys stay happy. That's, you know,
Oh,
my boys.
good
Like not all the
Lord.
boys, but my boys. So that was fun. So, but anyway, so Mr. Orgasm obviously had to go home to his wife. He wasn't going to, you know, play with me. Then one of my other boyfriends had to go home to his girlfriend. He couldn't play.
Oh no.
And then Steven was still at work and didn't get done in time, and I wasn't in the mood to wait. 6'1" is still upset that I have so many boyfriends.
Oh,
So
my
he's
goodness.
like,
Wow.
so I did a live the other day. I got broken up with last week by 6'1".
Oh.
And I
my
was like,
gosh.
or somewhere around there. Maybe it was a little bit more, but he was like, because I was like, are you mad at me? And he's like, no, I'm not mad at all. He's like, but
That he was.
he's like, you just have too many on the roster for my liking. And I was like, I knew this was coming. Like, because you get to know people's personalities and whatnot. And I was so heartbroken. I'm like, really? Okay.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we get to my girlfriend's house. We end up going on a live. And I'm like talking about how I got broken up with. And Kim is like, they just don't know that they don't get the opportunity to break up. Like, that's at your discretion. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. Anyway, so during this live, and the phone is like too far away for us to like, for me to see who's on it or whatever. And so I couldn't see. Anyway, and then I knew a couple people had messaged me though. And Gabe, you'd be the bloopers. I doubt that.
Oh my God.
I doubt that. So anyway, he messaged me during the live, and he's like, "All right, if you want this dick, come by." And I'm like, "Yes!" But I think he's still sensitive,
goodness.
which he's such a good guy. Like, how can you not be? And so, anyway, so 6-1 was nobody was available, is my point, and I was like, this is not going to work for me. Like, this is not going to work. So anyway, like, I'm almost home. Like, I'm blocks away from the house. And I call this one guy that lives so far away. So I wasn't really wanting to go. But I'm like, you know what? I'm also not willing to go home yet. So I go over, and I was able to go see him. So I go and I see him. And oh my gosh. This is the funny thing. So, like, people want to have their hashtag. People want to earn their... You would if you were that type.
Okay,
If you were that type,
okay.
you would want a hashtag. So they want their hashtag. And so this guy, I've been with him before, and he didn't have a hashtag. He doesn't know this, but the only reason he didn't have a hashtag is just because sometimes I'm too sick to be able to follow through with a post or whatever. And so there's, quite a bit of stuff that you guys don't know. But anyway, so he thought he just hadn't earned it yet. Like, he hadn't done a good enough job. Oh, my God. Last night, he earned his hashtag. He earned it over and over and over again. Like, oh, my God. I'm like,
He rocked your
man,
world.
I knew this,
Yes.
but I didn't know this.
Yes.
And now I'm like, oh shit, where is he? Is he today? Like, I already know it was earlier today,
Oh
but
my
like
gosh.
later today, I'm going bananas. So
You're waiting for the next
I
rendezvous.
know. So here I am sitting here thinking, oh, let me just see if blah, blah, blah is available. And now I'm like, oh, he might have to move up on the list.
Oh my
I might have
gosh.
to,
Oh my gosh.
like my boys just shifted a little bit. They shifted,
Oh,
like,
did they- because last week
where-
there was that other guy he was kind of maybe question mark. The week before you thought he kind of moved up to number 1 that you had really good conversation with, and then
oh, he
last
blocked
week-
me. Oh, I scared the shit out of him.
No.
He's like, you are exactly who you are on Facebook. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, that terrifies me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
Oh, wow.
some of us are really ourselves and some of us aren't. He's
Okay.
that poor guy. He's so sweet though. He's such a good man.
Oh.
But yeah, he's terrified.
little
So he's
intimidated.
Oh my gosh.
it
By
happens
your
all
beauty
the well, my
you know.
nonsense, but
Oh.
right, so I don't know. So
Oh
sometimes
my
I'm my own
gosh.
worst enemy, but I don't know.
But-
I'd rather be honest than not. So
be the
it's kind
100%
of
Yeah, just be
real
yourself.
you. Yeah, 100%
right.
real
It
you.
either
then
works
you'll
or it
guide
doesn't,
your-
right?
Yeah, you
Like
You
we're either
like it
gonna
or
go
don't.
for it or we're not.
Yeah, you
But-
like it or you don't. So
Yeah, and you'll attract the right people,
Well,
It's
or
like
the right
the
wrong
law of
ones.
attraction.
The right wrong ones.
The right wrong ones.
There's the
Like,
right
you're
wrong
so
ones.
wrong that you're so right.
That's exactly it. That is exactly it.
very catchy.
You know,
So
it's like
wrong
when I-
you're right.
Oh my gosh. When I'm looking, and I would love an actual relationship. I would love to be tied down to something that I couldn't, yes, Maria, that I couldn't sway from. Yes, I would actually. But those guys are way, way scared of me. Like the ones that I look at that I'm like, oh, this one I would like totally, I could do solid with this one. Those are the ones that are most afraid of me. They're like, we're real people and we don't know. Like, you're too much.
Oh
So,
my goodness.
I don't know. Yeah, it's
They think
probably,
you have kind of like a big personality or something.
yeah. I
Maybe
kind
a
of
little
do.
too much for them.
I love
Yes,
I
definitely.
love big personalities. I actually
Not everybody
gravitate
does.
towards big
Not
personalities.
everybody wants my big personality. They don't.
Yeah.
Or my big belly. Or my whatever.
We
So
make
anyway.
the world
No, there's-
exciting.
I think we do.
Yeah.
I
Come
think
in
we
all
make it go
shapes,
round.
Yeah,
sizes,
we're
and
like the firecrackers.
complexions and stuff. So,
Right.
there's someone out there for everyone, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And then there's
Yes.
just the sheer question of, can one man do it on his own? I don't know. Like, that's probably the bigger problem.
With one hand.
Right. With one hand tied behind his back. Well, last night, I think no, because he was 2 hands in, but I don't know. Like, not that way. No, I'm teasing. She's like, I don't want to know. Don't say it. Don't say it. But I don't know. So, like, because, like, the week prior, remember, like, I hadn't had sex for a week. And so, like,
Right.
that night and then after, like, I bammed it out, and now I feel better. So... But
Okay.
last night, thank God there was a save, because I was like, if I have to report that I went home, for the love of God, this is not going to be right. There's going to be some unsettled people out
my
there.
God.
All right.
Yes.
Well, so you had a nice time.
They
I
probably
did.
go
I
out
had
to the
fun.
club and they'll know that you're going to be there and they'll be like, ooh, there's Tab.
There's that, well, if I
Yeah.
went to the club. More like the bar, but
Or
right.
the bar, or
Right.
whatever you call that thing.
That thing, right? Wherever the place is.
Yes.
Just wherever.
Nice. Okay, nice. Cool beans. Cool
Oh my
beans.
gosh.
Well, thank you for sharing. JC, how have you been? What's been going on with you? How should we
it's
start
been
off? Or...
Quite shocking.
Oh, shocking.
I found out that some people who I idolize so much have been hanging out with this really, really super weird artist. And she's a performance artist who dabbles, I guess, on Satanism.
What?
And so like a lot of like super I'm talking about super famous people like hang out with her. And she even holds dinners for her. She had one dinner where there were heads sticking out of the table and there were a lot of
I
celebrities.
swear I almost might even know who you're speaking of. But,
Yeah.
so one of your friends started
Yeah.
hanging out with her?
No. One of my
sorry.
friends gave me the information about my favorite pop stars hanging out with this.
Oh,
Like someone that likes to have
I
heads on
gotcha,
their
gotcha.
table.
Right. Yeah, it's
and,
serious.
And then
creepy
she
stuff.
had, I don't know if it was a cake. It looked like a live human being, and they were
wow.
like,
Oh, my
the
goodness.
celebrities had knives, and they were just digging into.
There's
and
some
I'm
stuff
like,
I can't do.
oh my gosh! I said, like, what am I looking at? It's. I hope to God that this is like a cake. And not a
Right.
real person.
Of
because
course,
not
it,
have been.
it can be real. They
Yeah,
would be
but
filming
it
it.
just looks
I know
so-
there's
That's
some
still-
really weird stuff out there. There's some
just
really,
looks so creepy. It
yeah,
looked-
I can't do stuff like that.
Yeah, and so I was a little bit
I'm too
disappointed.
kind-hearted for that. No.
There you go.
Right, I'm too normal for that.
So a lot of there were some Christians that were concerned about her and saying that she's into Satanism and all that.
Right,
and
that would be-
she's dragging all these famous people and blah
Oh,
blah
wow.
blah and eating blood, and she's like dousing
yeah,
pig's blood.
I swear I've heard
everywhere.
about
Yeah.
this.
Oh.
And then she had
So-
one weird exhibit wherein, I mean, this really affected me, where she was tied to a chair, and then there was a thing on the table which said, "You could do whatever you want to do with me." And she had a gun and a knife and a whip on the table. And I'm like, this
And I thought I was weird.
this isn't art. I mean, I'm
No,
sorry,
this is
but this
scary.
is not art. This isn't art.
It's like serial
And the
killer
security
type
team
stuff.
had to grab the people away from her because they were about to kill her. Like
Aw.
one, held the gun at her and one had the knife. And
see, that's
this
just
happened in
creepy
an
stuff.
art gallery. So I'm like,
Oh, and
what
in an
am
art
I
gallery.
looking at?
Well, that kind of like it lost some class that night. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It lost some class.
Well, I guess art right now has taken on to another different level.
Hmm.
Well, we're living in some
That's
crazy
scary.
times right now
Yeah,
between the
it's
pandemic
really
and protests.
crazy.
So maybe it's
Now you
just
can
like
eat art.
just dark times. It's just dark. Maybe it's dark times in the country or something.
So yeah, but this is happening
that's crazy.
globally.
Yeah, this is and
That's not-
she's kind of old news.
Oh.
Like I can't specifically place it, but everything that you've described, I remember reading about at some point. So
Oh.
Oh,
so
okay.
you know
Yeah.
what? That
So are
just
you
makes
gonna
me
still-
feel normal. more normal.
Yes,
like
there
all of
you
a
go.
sudden I
She's
feel like a
normal.
princess. Like,
Yes.
You're
Like,
like,
I
at
really
least
don't
they
do
have
too
fake
much
heads
wrong.
on the table to stab at
Right,
and stuff,
right,
and guns
right.
and knives
It's
laying
like,
out.
I feel like Doris Day in front of this woman.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
So
Oh my
JC,
God.
what does that make you think about this? You said this is one of your celebrity idols. Are you
I am
going
a little
to
bit,
be less of an idol, or
I'm
have
hurt.
you thought about it?
A little bit hurt.
Right.
Yeah, because I saw her eating fake blood out of this thing where there was like a naked woman doused with fake blood, and I think you were supposed to eat and I was like, what am I looking at? Like, and why is my favorite person over there
Right.
participating?
Yeah.
And she's scooping it like she's sampling ice cream. I'm like, oops.
Oops.
It's a flavor.
Oops.
I'm
Right.
like, what's happening?
Well, I mean, I think one night I was flipping around. It was kind of late at night, and I think there was a show called, There's a show called Blind Date or something like that, and it just takes like random people and puts them on a date. But on this particular date that I saw a snippet of, it was like there was they went out for sushi, and so when you think of sushi, you're like, oh, okay, okay. But this is a sushi place with a twist. There was a naked lady, like laid on a table, like a buffet table, and you were supposed to eat the sushi off the naked
I
lady.
actually had one in my show. I had a lady in my show who.
He's like,
who
now
did
that I can do.
Yeah.
He's like, that I can do.
If you're watching. It's
Oh
like,
my God, right?
I was like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
No,
Like,
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
like eat sushi off of
Yeah.
someone else's naked
My
body?
friend went through that. So she was naked, and then they laid her on the table, and then they put food on
I want to
top
know
of
how
her.
we come up with that idea. Like, how did we? Who? How?
That might have inspired the artwork that he saw when he saw naked
Yeah, but
lady.
that
Right.
artwork like was really like so diabolical, like
Right.
extremely diabolical.
I wouldn't. Who's gonna eat sushi? Are y'all gonna eat sushi off a naked person?
Well, I don't
Um,
eat sushi to begin with, but
probably-
yeah,
a
that
naked
really.
woman or man in front of you, you just gonna get your chopsticks and just have at it?
I
Like,
mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't,
you
but
eat your fish off of.
It's an Instagram moment.
there you go. You know what? And those are so valid, right? Those are so
We get the
valid.
views. It's like-
Right. Maybe that'll
Yeah.
push up my
Like
following
The
a little bit.
algorithm. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it might.
Yeah.
Like one
Doing
person,
weird stuff.
like on Instagram, like I guess people film different stuff, and so like one person,
Yes,
they
we
seem to,
do.
they seem to be like
Yes.
hanging out on boats a lot, and so they like to film the girls on the boats. Like I think filming like music videos or something, and so they post it on. I'm like, who needs to see a girl shaking their bottom? I don't need to see a girl shaking their bottom.
No, that's very normal. with us.
All right.
That's
He's like, no,
very, very
people do
normal.
that all the time.
Yeah, that's normal.
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. No, yep,
I got
that's
my own bottom.
mainstream.
I don't need to watch
Yeah,
somebody else
it's
shake
like-
theirs.
yeah.
Right. Well, I'd like
Yeah.
to learn. I'm the worst dancer ever,
Mhm.
and I so want to know how to twerk. But
Really?
my bottom
I don't
doesn't
know
really
how to-
work that way. Like it's not the right kind of bottom.
They have classes for that.
And I so need.
They have
yeah,
classes. I watched
so
90
need.
Fiance and Angela is in Georgia, and Angela has taken twerking classes, and so has Chantel and her mom. No, Chantel
Her
and
mom.
and
Ah.
sister took a twerking class. But they have classes you can pay money to learn how to shake that bottom.
I need
A
that
certain
so
way.
bad. I need that so bad
Oh
because
my
there's just stuff that I want to know how to do, and that would yes.
No, if
Like, I
only,
feel like
You
that's
want to
like-
learn how to twerk. Like,
if
I don't
only
know.
I had a bottom.
Right. He's like, look, I don't even have a bottom to
Yeah.
start with, but
Do you have to have a
No.
bottom to twerk?
well,
Or
okay,
can't you
so like
just shake
in my
whatever
mind,
you do have,
the
or
best
don't?
twerker bottoms like are jiggly and wiggly, and
Oh, is it? Okay.
yeah,
Oh.
I don't really have. They're like a certain shape. I just don't have any of that.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I'm at a
Oh,
loss.
gosh.
I don't know that I've got a twerking bottom. Well,
Oh.
I'm gonna try to find out though.
Well, like Angela on 90 Day Fiance, she's, she has a unique like build. She's kind of like bigger up here.
Mhm.
She's kind of bigger in her top half. But that lady was out there with her daughter trying to learn how to twerk for her younger man. She's got a Nigerian man who's like 20 years, 25 years younger than her.
Oh my gosh! So
she's like, I gotta
30s?
learn how to twerk to keep up with my young man. That's what she said.
Oh my
like
god!
that.
I totally agree.
She's like in her 50s or something. Like,
wow. So I would put him in his
her young
30s.
man.
My sweet spot are men in their 30s right now. I'm not even
really?
gonna lie. Oh my gosh! It seems like they're all 33 or 34.
Oh,
And I'm like, what year was that? Like, is this vintage? What is this? Like, I'm sure it's not vintage, but I'm
He
just
hasn't
like,
aged yet.
oh man, they're so. I don't know. That's just my sweet spot right now. Is like
she
33,
likes
34.
Her dude is like about 30, 31. On 90 Day Fiance, there's like there's quite a few older people, like especially like older women. Well, there's some older dudes too, but like there's some older women who got something for some younger dudes, and they want dudes like in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
I'm talking about women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who want 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and stuff like that. So
Well, we kind of
that's
like
a cougar, right? That's a cougar.
Right?
That's a
what we
cougar.
are.
That's a cougar.
Yes.
Look,
so you're a
one
cougar.
of us has to. Oh God, definitely. Like,
You're
right.
like, I own that. I'm a cougar, like capital C. Okay.
Yeah, the capital C.
Some of my boyfriends are in their 30s, Not all of them, but some of them.
God.
I think one just turned 30 like last year or he's got a birthday coming up, I feel like in a couple days.
Oh, you keep track of their birthdays.
I should what?
You keep track of their birthdays.
Well, some of them I just happen to remember, and I've known him for so many years that I just happen to know. But yeah, I want to say that when we first started, he was like 26 or something, and I'm like, what?
Which decade are you in now? Are you in your 40s or your 50s?
I'm 48. I just turned 48, so I was
still
like
a
in my
baby.
early.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
You're
Kind of
still
a
baby.
kind of a baby,
Do you feel like since like 50s around the corner, do you feel like you're getting older? You still feel like, do you feel
I don't feel old.
like
No.
There you
young
go.
in
My
heart and
spirit is so not
and
old that it's crazy.
You're not ready to hang
So,
up your dancing
no,
shoes and
no.
just start
Hang up for
knitting.
dancing shoes.
No.
Start knitting
Not at all.
for your grandkids.
Oh, my
Well,
God.
I mean, I do like crafts, but
Yes.
Oh.
no, I don't feel at all my age, and thank God. And I feel like our grandmas, when they were this age, they like looked this age, and I'm like, and I don't feel like I look 50, so
No, you don't.
I'm like,
Yeah.
let's
No, you don't.
not. We're just not gonna claim that.
Yeah.
2 more years out, but we're just not gonna claim it.
Yeah.
Right,
Where'd you
right.
say?
I'm gonna.
30s, how about
Well,
that?
before
What'd you
I-
say, early 30s?
Right. Before I
okay.
lost all this weight, people used to put me at like 32 or 33. And now they're putting me closer to my age, and I'm like, stop it. Stop it.
Really?
I can't, yes, because I've got, this extra skin and whatnot. And I'm like, so I'm looking older, and I'm like, no.
I don't think you look
I'm like,
older.
give me those 15 years back.
Yeah.
I don't know where they went. And so that kind of sucks. But I, pay special attention to my skin and trying to keep it supple, shall we
Yes,
say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And moisturized and cared for and whatnot. So
yeah, but
that
you still
helps.
look good.
But
You look good for your age. So
I'm
you know.
trying, kid. I'm trying. I mean, but then when you sit there and think, oh my gosh, I'm 2 years away from being 50, it's like, fuck, half my life is gone. Like, I got to hurry up. Like, I can't be piddling around with these goals and stuff now because
Yeah.
there, may not be enough time to get everything done. So
Yeah.
that part's kind of weird to think of. And I feel like I have a hair fallen in a funny spot. So I apologize. I'm like,
Okay.
I don't know where.
Oh,
it
yeah, I
is
know. I
to-
hate it
It's
when I
this
feel
hair
like
over here.
You
this
got one, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's
I
one
was-
right there. See.
That's
Yeah,
one of them.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that-
one.
But I.
And then there's one.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Okay.
There we
I'm
go.
better.
Maybe that might be a
Yes.
little better.
Thank you. I know. I'm
Tied
like,
to the
"Aw."
rescue.
For real.
Okay, cool beans. Well, so you came across some weird stuff, JC, and
Mm-hmm.
Glad that's over.
I know, right? I know.
Now it's
Have you
just
rethinking
lingering
some
in my
things?
mind.
Have you rethinking some things? So, I think what do we have? There was it was 4th of July weekend, right? It was just this past
Oh,
weekend.
4th
yes.
of July weekend.
I went to an awesome little party with some comedian friends, and I got so high I fell asleep. Dude, I was
Oh.
passed out.
Oh,
like,
wow.
passed out quick.
Oh,
Like I hit the right spot with the right group, and then like I was gone. And one of my boyfriends was sitting right next to me, and he's like, hey, let's go to the car, because we like to do it in all kinds of fun places. And I was like, I couldn't even look at him, but I remember thinking, I was like, I can't move. I'm stuck in this spot. And he's like, come on. And I'm like, I can't. So then he ended up going home. He left. He doesn't like stay for too long at places.
Okay.
He usually comes, we end up doing whatever we're going to do, wherever we're going to do it, and then he'll take off. But so he took off without Yum Yum, and I was like, kind of like, oh, I missed an opportunity. But so he left, and then like I wake up and Spice One is talking about some of his escapades with Tupac and like conspiracy theories and stuff, and I'm like, this is so interesting, but I can't even think to listen. So I was just like in and out and just in a different spot or here or there, trying to mingle, but really not good at it. I'm like, how fucking embarrassing. So pretty much I slept through the party, and then I got up in time for like
the fireworks.
People to leave. Oh no, I missed that. For God's sake. The whole night was missed. And so then I went outside, chatted with a couple people that were left, and then took my, butt home. Well,
okay.
I feel like there was a stop after that. Oh, I don't even know.
It's a little
but
foggy right
I
now.
know it's
Gray
a little
area,
foggy
gray
right
area.
now.
Oh, okay.
But so it was good, but it could have been better had I stayed conscious for it. That's all I'm saying. Like I could have been more lively.
Yeah. Hey,
I could have.
Maybe your body just needed a little rest.
Clearly, I don't get enough sleep.
It was not ready to party that night.
I'm like, so I'm learning that, because I do run on exhausted. I'm kind of finding lately that I can only take the smoking so far, and then I've got to hurry up and be having sex or something, or I'm going to like be gone. And like literally I will fall. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I will be asleep, and you'll be like wondering if I'm alive.
Oh,
just poke me gently.
Just
be like,
she's still breathing.
Just see, can you hear if I'm breathing?
Given a nice
put a finger under the nose,
and
and she's still breathing.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I feel
like she wiggled a little bit, so she's good. She's good. So no reason to like be concerned. I'm not worried necessarily. I'm just napping, and then, but apparently there's a system. I can overdo it, and then I get a little excited, and they just keep passing it, and I just, whatever, and,
So you had a more like chillax, experience for your
right.
fourth. Okay, that's cool. We went to there's Fox Hill Park is out in Summerlin area, and it's
I don't even know where that is.
Beautiful park, and it's elevated, like it's up higher, a little higher, so you can go there and you can see the strip and all the lights and stuff from that park,
right?
And you can watch the fireworks. There's lots of families.
I wish I
out
would have
and
known.
stuff.
That
And
is
it
so
was
cool.
so beautiful. Like there's just fireworks just going everywhere you look. Like as far back as to the furthest mountain over there. I don't know if that's Henderson or whatever.
Hey, you're like wherever it was.
What's on the other side of the strip that's way over there by some other mountain. But like I mean, you just see so many fireworks. It was so gorgeous. It was very beautiful.
That is cool.
Nice and calm and quiet, and families were out, and everyone's just chilling. It was
that's
nice.
So perfect.
It was nice.
Yes.
It was
I love that.
that's
perfect.
Popsicles and waters, that kind
right.
of thing, and just
all the good stuff.
Yeah, just chillax and lawn chairs, and people were kind of social distancing, so not everyone was all like. You saw people kind of, it would look like to me, trying to put little pockets of space between so that not everyone is so super crammed in and stuff. And it was nice. And that evening was nice. I mean, once it got dark, it was much cooler and it was great. It was nice.
That's
and Red Rock
nice.
shoots off fireworks. They shoot off fireworks and stuff, so you can see the fireworks depending on where you're at in the park. So.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that was cool. Did you do anything fun or exciting?
I was at my home in Chinatown, in the middle of Chinatown, just looking at the fireworks. But because I could see the Palms Hotel, from where I live, and the Strip, because I live on the second floor.
You're so dorky. He's like, I'm a little bit more upscale than the people on the first floor. One of us has to be. One of us has to be superior, and it would be me in this case.
I have a spectacular view of the Strip and the the Palms Hotel, so
That's
I saw
cool.
the fireworks from there.
That's
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so I loved it. Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, I heard that some of the hotels were still doing fireworks shows, but not having people. And then I heard that some of them just, weren't having them, due to the virus and stuff. But I'm glad that a few of them still did. And it still looked really cool.
Yeah,
It was so,
it's still really
so
cool.
pretty. So, but there was like some sad news for, one of the CEO of the Red Rock Hotel and the Palace casinos and all that stuff, he died in a freak
What?
accident
What happened?
How?
on the 4th of July. He was vacationing in Michigan.
Oh,
Of all
okay.
places.
He went to Michigan, I guess, to get on the water, and he was on a jet ski and he collided with a boat.
Oh,
He was like
that's-
56 years old. The
Oh, wow.
CEO, the acting CEO right now of a whole bunch of those casinos, Red Rock and stuff
Wow.
included. And it was,
Is it?
he died.
Is he one of the Fortitas?
The who?
What's a what? A what?
Fortita. It's
I don't know what
big
that is.
family
Right.
here in Las Vegas, and the Fortitas own the station casinos.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't think his last
Yeah.
name was that.
West Fortita.
But I mean, who
Okay.
knows? He could be married to one. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. But he was about 56 years old.
they're like
that's
the
interesting.
Dynasty here
Oh,
in
are they?
Vegas. Yeah.
They said he's been
They're
with
like- yeah.
that company for like 25
Mhm.
years or something like
Wow.
that. But yeah, 56 freak accident. I was like, wow.
And I'm assuming he's married?
I think
was?
so. I think he was married. I think
Huh.
he had a family. That
Well,
he
that's
left
creeperific.
behind. Yeah.
Good
went all
job.
the way-
Hey, way to damper the
way-
feel, man.
Yeah. So
Oh my
live
God.
each
That
day
does
to the
suck.
fullest.
Right.
Because
For real.
one day it'll be our last, and sadly he passed away on that holiday,
Right.
in a freak accident. So and then there's like in the news, there's a lot of stuff going on with a lot of shootings and stuff, and even children dying over this holiday weekend and stuff, and shootings, and it's just heartbreaking to hear 3-year-olds getting their brains blown out, and
Red
Yeah.
Rock Resort's president.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
holy smokes.
yeah. So I mean, it's
Wow.
like, yeah, it was just a lot of sad stuff going
I
on.
miss all
even
that
in the
stuff
midst
by
of
not
this.
watching
sad.
television.
That's tragic.
I mean, yeah, there were a lot of kids there was a 3-year-old, and then there's like a 7 and an 8, I think a 9, a 13, 14-year-old.
What?
11-year-old kids like died over this holiday weekend. A 3-year-old was just outside playing in grandma's backyard and shot her in the head.
Shot her on the head.
In the head, yes.
Who shot her?
Some criminals.
She's
people
like,
going around-
a bad guy,
there's
Tabitha,
people-
a bad guy shot her.
There's people going
A
around
bad guy.
like shooting, indiscriminately these drive-bys
Really?
that
Okay.
were already a plague, but they
Wow.
just seem to be getting worse. And now
Right.
there's like, maybe close to a dozen or so kids who lost their lives over this holiday
Oh, that's
weekend
so
because
sad.
of all this violence and stuff. So it's like, leave the
Right.
babies alone. The
For
babies
real.
Yeah.
shouldn't be dying like that. So it's just live each day to the fullest and love on your loved
Yeah.
ones while you can.
Let's celebrate life, not death.
Yes, yes.
Goodness
Indeed.
gracious.
Yes.
Now that
Yeah.
my heart's broken.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's man. I've heard they say death is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter how rich or poor, what shade your skin is. It's going to come knocking for everyone.
Oh, really? Because Madonna said that COVID-19 is the great equalizer. Madonna said this.
Oh, did
Well,
she?
You know,
And she's like, and it's quite unfortunate too.
Yeah.
she's quite unfortunate. But I hear you.
I mean, I understand what she's saying with that, but this was going around. This thing was going on before the pandemic,
Right.
But they did say that an actor on Broadway, he was only 42 years old, died
he
from
died.
complications of COVID-19,
Yes.
and he'd been fighting for 2 or 3 months, and
Oh, wow.
poor
Wow.
guy died, left his young wife and a 1-year-old behind, and everything. It's just so much sad stuff going on, but. Try to look on the bright side of things too. You know.
I hear you. So, pressing on with, can we talk about nail polish or something? Like lip gloss even. Let's, barrettes.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do we got? What do we got?
Okay, so anyways,
What about
I was telling
makeup?
you guys about that place Ronald Donuts last week, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna go ahead and get some.
Yeah.
Went over and got some Ronald Donuts yesterday. Oh, yeah.
Ronald Donald.
I didn't see her
Donuts.
walk in with a box.
It's on like
in Chinatown.
Spring Mountain.
Oh, my
I think it's like on
She's
Spring
like,
Mountain.
wow.
Apparently he's Chinese.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
know,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, I have no idea.
it's in I think what's considered Chinatown. You know, like Spring
Yes.
Mountain going towards the Strip. Like
Mhm.
you know, where there's
I
like a
live
whole
there.
bunch of sushi spots, and there's a whole bunch
I
of
live there, yeah. Spring Mountain, yeah.
yeah. So Ronald's Donuts. You
Yes.
haven't tried their donuts? You live
I
in
need to
that
know
area?
where the location
Okay,
is. Is
I'm
it
gonna get
close
you that
to
information.
Arville? Close to Decatur? On Spring Mountain?
Probably between
Good.
Joan. No. I don't know, but I'll get it to you.
Okay.
You should try them out. Their donuts
Yes,
are
pretty
delicious.
please.
Gonna have to Google it.
Yes.
Yeah, good
yes.
stuff. So donuts. Is that happier?
Oh, you brought them?
No.
Okay, see, no. I was going to say, I didn't see you walk in with a
I was
box.
saying.
Okay, so she updated her belly, but our bellies are still not.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
You need to
You know
bring
what?
a
There's
box
always
of
next
I
week.
know. I might.
Always next week.
I might need to do that. So,
Yes.
But yeah, they were good. They were
The
good.
Very
Ronald
cool.
Donald.
You know, I think one awesome thing about Las Vegas is there's just so many
So many
places
things.
to eat.
Mhm.
I mean, like all kinds of cuisine
And
and,
so
all
many-
different price points.
Best kept
Right.
secret restaurants. Like, I didn't even know that there was this millennial place in my neighborhood. I'm like, it's been under my nose for such a long, and I didn't know.
Oh,
Only
really?
way I found out is that I got invited to that ice cream place, and like, it's in my neighborhood. I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, speaking of like, you know, least expecting, like there's a vegan restaurant that I just caught wind of, and it's like kind of past the airport. Like you keep going past the terminals, and then it's like the next light or two, you make a left. But like the food is really, really good, but it's in a terrible location.
You're like, that's not a part
It's
of
a
town I care to frequent.
No.
I hear you on that, kid.
I think it may. I mean, like okay, so when you see like on the outside, it doesn't look all that, but when you go on the inside, it's like, oh, it's like this, you know, nice white and black like theme, and it's all
Right.
nice, and it looks all high end, but outside, you wouldn't think that was there.
Right.
And just pulling out to the place, I was starting to feel like, oh my
Maybe
goodness,
you're making a wrong choice, right?
is my GPS taking me to the right place? I mean, I saw like people like digging in the dumpsters.
Oh, I hate when I see
And
that. Yeah.
you know, there was like some old bar table like right across, and it looked like two people were just kind of chilling at the bar
Right.
with the dumpster nearby with some other person
Look,
digging the
stuff
dumpster.
happens next to dumpsters. I'm telling you.
I
As
know you have
dumpster
your
guys.
dumpster guy,
Right.
but I was just like, oh.
You're like,
I
wow.
don't know if the food was on point though. I'm trying to think of the name. I can't remember it right now. But and the food is on point.
Nice.
Inside is great. You know, it's a little pricey, but the location is just really what kind of stinks about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like I need to like be concerned about my safety just walking from my car to the into the
Well,
facility. I just don't.
Sometimes you got to take one for the team.
There you go.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
since the food was already ordered and it was already paid for and it was already a lot of money, I was like, okay, well, I need to go pick up this. I'm going to go ahead and go.
Oh, so you didn't go in and eat there. You
No,
brought it
because
home.
you know I'm kind of a mini germaphobe, and right
Right.
now I'm not eating in indoor dining right now
Oh,
I hear you.
okay,
because of
okay.
the germs. And they're saying even this past weekend, you know, there's the cases are spiking, and there's places starting to reverse some of their shutdowns, like states
Right.
where they're having to like, you know, close the indoor dining and stuff. So for me, like
right.
I don't eat inside of any restaurant anymore.
I hear you.
Oh,
For now,
my
but
goodness.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I just kind of wasn't expecting like
All
that
that,
high.
yeah.
It's like high end place, but it's in like questionable place.
Oh,
I don't know if I
Right.
want to say like the hood or the ghetto. I don't
Right.
know, but it's just questionable place.
It's just like
With
a neighborhood
people
in New
hanging out in
York.
dumpsters. I don't don't hang around
It's
where
just
people
like
hang out
New
in
York.
dumpsters. So,
Right, right.
I mean, it's just me, I guess. But you like dumpsters.
I like to, depending on the guy in the back
there you
seat.
go, yeah.
I could, I can
Yeah.
park next to a dumpster and be just fine. just fine.
Oh my god.
Last night, I was parked next to some mailboxes.
Oh, hey,
I
that's
don't
a step
goodness.
up.
That's
Yes.
well, right. You're probably right on that. You're
She
probably
got
right on that.
stamped.
I
Right, you're
know,
probably right on
I
that.
know.
It was so much fun though. I don't know how I didn't wake up some neighborhood people.
Oh,
my I
The
kept
cops didn't get called
expecting
on you.
I kept expecting them for real. I'm like, I'm going to jail because my ass is hanging out under my
You
dress.
were
I'm going to
noisy.
jail.
You were noisy.
I'm always
That's
noisy.
That's
You,
teenage college stuff
I
right
know,
there.
and I love it.
I was like, you like the thrill of it, but what if the cops come knocking on your window? I mean, you're
Well.
gonna be like,
I don't know.
you got your legs all up
I'll
in the
let
air,
you know.
and the cops are gonna be like, "Excuse me, miss, put your legs down, pull down your dress."
Right.
need to
Adjust,
talk.
right. No doubt.
I don't
No doubt. I'll be like,
don't know.
well, I
I
knew
don't
this day was coming, sir. You know?
100 times I got away with it, but the 101st time,
Yeah.
Right. There's
That
going to
was-
come a
I
time
had
where
to
I'm
catch
going to
the
be
case
like,
for that one.
hey, So, my daughter's
Oh
going to
my
be like,
gosh.
Mom's in jail. She won't be there. And they'll be like,
We need to go get her
well,
out. Which,
It's
what-
Eventually they'll let you out.
Why did they pick you up, Mom? Well, I had my legs up in there when the cop came knocking.
Right.
On the
Cops saw my ass. That's,
It was treason.
It was treason.
All of these hotels around here.
Oh, I go to
all
those
the
too.
different price points.
All
There's
the
a
different
hotel,
price
motel
points.
for
Yeah.
every price point.
There
I think
is.
pretty
It's
Oh my
much.
gosh, you have to be very careful.
You can't take the excitement out of it though.
Yes.
Like you can't. I'm all about the thrill of it.
I'd be
I'm-
too nervous.
I'm so not
I'd
nervous.
be like,
So many of my boyfriends
No.
are nervous
I
though.
couldn't
They're like,
do it.
Tab,
Oh my gosh.
that's
No.
out
Yeah.
there. And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
you
well,
can get nervous even just if you think, well, let's just make out in the car because the cops can come knocking even.
No,
when
I don't get
Yes.
nervous at all. No.
Oh wow.
No.
She's
She's
fearless.
like,
Yeah,
well, one of
fearless.
us does.
She's
fearless during her
yes.
sexcapade.
Yes.
Right.
I guess, girl. You.
Oh my
I want to
gosh.
do it on the. Is it called the high roller?
Oh
What's
yes,
that?
the high roller.
Is that what it
yeah.
is? The big
The
Ferris
Ferris
wheel thing.
wheel. Have you been to the high roller?
Oh, I've seen it, but I've been on
Oh
one
my-
similar
I've
to
been
that
there,
on
yeah.
the East Coast at Myrtle Beach,
Mhm.
and that was the one and only time.
I'll be totally
I was-
terrified. But yeah.
I didn't realize I would be afraid,
Oh yeah.
Of
but it
heights?
had been
Oh.
a while since I've been on like a Ferris wheel.
Uh-huh.
But that's like a Ferris wheel on steroids.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
those big super duper duper. I was like,
No,
oh
but-
Lord,
but
get
this
me
one-
off of this thing.
Yeah, this one moves really slow. It's incredibly slow that you can't even feel it. You
But
know, it's just there to admire the view.
but you can see where
Yeah,
you are.
you- right,
you see
right.
you see that at
You're
first you
you're
were
leaving
here,
the ground.
and then you're
Uh-huh.
halfway in the sky, then you're way up in the clouds. And then,
yeah, way
I
up
was-
in
Right.
the clouds. Yeah.
No,
I still wouldn't
one
mind
time
that.
was good enough
I
for
love
me.
it. We should go.
Oh,
We should.
can't. Y'all two can go. You guys in Myrtle.
Yeah, we should go.
I'm not getting.
And we'll do
scared
social
over
media
that.
shows live over there.
That'd be cool.
We're
Does it go that
at the
slow? Is
top
it film
of
episode?
It goes like super slow.
How
like
long
this.
is the circle? How long does it take to go around?
Oh,
30
there we
minutes?
go. Yeah, 30.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many? 30 minutes? That could be a segment.
Yeah, it's a segment.
That
be,
could
could
be a
be.
segment. But
Mhm.
I feel you.
Y'all do that on your own. I'm
Yes.
good. I'm gonna pass on
Perfect.
She's
that.
like, not for me, not for me.
I mean, you can see killer views though. Killer views when you're that high up in the sky. But
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
That's what I
You
wanna see.
Definitely
I-
can.
you can just go higher up in one of these hotels or something, or you can
Yeah.
go to the Eiffel
Eiffel
little
Tower, yeah.
replica,
Right.
Yeah.
or there's stratosphere.
Yeah.
But like at least the stratosphere, you're not moving like this. You just go straight up and then you're there. Now I have been to the top of the stratosphere.
I've not
was
done
pretty
that.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
I've been to one of the roller coasters.
No.
Did you go on it? The one in the
I
strap?
got on it. Yeah, I
You
went
went
on
on
it.
one of those rides.
Mhm.
You're crazy.
So I rode on the coaster, and once it hit the edge, the entire railing went further down, like zoom. like that. So you're suspended and then you're looking at the strip.
Oh,
You're like out in the
God.
air.
I want to do that, but I'm
I
so
saw
afraid.
that. I saw someone on that.
I
when
was like,
up
take
there.
me back.
Oh my god!
And I want to do the thing on Fremont. What do they call that?
Oh, yes,
the thingy.
yes.
I almost
Oh my
what is
gosh.
it called? A slingshot. I know that's not right.
Yeah, no.
Whatever it is,
Yeah,
it flings you across the ceiling. I
Yeah.
want to
does
do
it?
that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What is that called?
I used to know the name of that because there's one now close to the high roller.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There's one over there, too.
Mhm.
For fuck's sake, who knows?
Yeah.
You know the thing, right? The thing. Just
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You want to be a
zip line.
Thank
Is that
you,
it?
Thank you.
A
Yes,
human-
the zip line.
Zip
yeah.
line.
bungee cord. I mean, like rubber band.
No, it's not the zip line.
It like takes
Yeah.
you from one
Zip
part
line.
of the ceiling to the other
No, the
side. You're
ceiling is
just
really cool. That
yeah,
ceiling
you're
is
going
awesome.
up by the ceiling.
That's a.
You're like
You're-
flying like
You're
Superman.
attached to a cable.
Okay.
And then they
You've
push that
Like
cable.
when I see them zip line in the jungle, but you're
Yes.
not zip lining in
Yes.
the jungle. You're just
Yes.
zip lining under the really cool screen up there
Yes.
on top of Fremont. Street.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
awesome.
my
That sounds
gosh.
good. That sounds good. I don't know
I
if
would
I'd be
love to
daring
do
enough to do a
that.
zip line.
To shake
Oh,
away
no.
all that fear.
Maybe.
Mhm.
We'll see.
That one I
we'll
could.
see. So.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
cool
Try.
beans.
We'll see.
Cool beans. I'll think about that. You want to go on the? You guys want to go on the high roller, and you also want to do the zip line. I may consider doing a zip line. That I would probably do a zip line before I get back on one of those really big Ferris wheels on steroids. Just saying, like
I
it's
hear
just too
you.
much for
Oh
me. Like I don't
my
want to be
gosh.
scared, but. Anyhow, all right. Well, I think this would be a great place for us to get ready to take a commercial break.
Yes.
And come back, give a big shout out to all of our fans who have tuned in for the first half, and then we'll dive into our topic of how can we make America greater or great again. Ooh,
There you
that
go.
sounds interesting. Get
Do
your
we
thoughts
dare? Do we
together.
dare? Do we dare?
Get your thoughts together. What can
Get
we
your
do?
thoughts
How can we do
together.
it? So thank you so much for tuning in to our first segment of today's episode of Honeybees. My name is Ty, and this is
Tabatha.
Lovely.
JC.
And we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Please stay tuned.
We are now reaching our second year anniversary on our inspirational, educational, and entertainment programmings. As part of our journey, we are so grateful to announce that our programs are now available to watch live in real time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, We are now reaching our second year anniversary on our inspirational, educational, and entertainment programmings. As part of our journey, we are so grateful to announce that our programs are now available to watch live in real time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope. A big appreciation to all our followers, viewers, supporters, and to those who are cheering for our success. Thank you very much for your patronage. For 2 years we have produced over 25 shows. and joined by passionate collaborators, individuals, and organizations. Social media shows network's 2-year anniversary, and 100 episode celebration, and $100 giveaway. No purchase necessary. Go to socialmediashows.com for more details.
As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us bring the world to you. As we continue to grow and
Hi, welcome back to today's edition of Honeybees. My name is Ty, and I'm joined by the lovely
Tabatha.
and
Maria, I'm back.
Yay! Hi, Maria. Good to see
Girl
you.
power.
Yay! We missed you.
Thank you. I miss you guys too.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. It's good to be cared about.
I really miss to be
Feeling
on, on the screen with these two beautiful ladies.
Yay, thank you. We've missed you too. We know you've been busy producing and everything, so we're glad you came and just were able to hang out with us today.
Yes, I am so happy.
And you look fabulous. We both have on lace today. We both
I
are doing
know, and
lace.
if you notice it, viewers, we have red or orange.
Orange.
Red, orange, or
I didn't get the memo. I didn't get it.
No,
It wasn't
it's-
even
it's
planned.
exactly. You see,
I would have had to do white anyway. White or I don't
See,
even
I
know if
don't
I have
have a-
blue.
oh, yeah, I have
I
a
do
red.
have some blue. Okay, I do have
red,
blue.
white, and blue.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
blue,
So
red,
we're showing you our
orange,
patriotism.
white, cream, blue. Ta-da!
Right.
You know, blue kind of a little maybe turquoise
And
hint
showing
of
a
it,
little
but
bit,
you know.
a little bit. Even though I don't have one, at least I have
Are
the
we-
guts to show it.
Okay, just
Yes.
checking.
I love lace.
This is women empowerment, and we always have to, no matter what sizes. of
We have to
you-
feel our boobs to make sure
No,
that
we have to be proud of it. That's what I
Yeah,
have to
you-
say.
mine
Own
are
it.
like droopy and squishy now. They're not like
Droopy and
voluptuous like they
squishy.
used to be. They're droopy and squishy.
Oh.
But you know what? I still hang with them. I got nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to do?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing what a bra can do. You know, the right bra
Right.
can take your sisters and just lift
They could
them.
take your sisters.
Just
They,
lift them.
take your sisters to new places.
You know,
That's
lift
all I'm
them.
saying.
Take them to
know,
new
right?
heights. Take them to new heights.
Right?
The right bra.
the right bra.
It's all about the bra, baby.
It's crazy because I always do one above my cap,
A what?
one bigger.
Oh, you
I know.
go one
Hold
size
on.
up.
one size up.
You
yes.
go,
Okay.
you
1 cup size
You purchased
bigger.
your bras one cup
size-
larger.
Yeah, there you go. One
Okay.
larger.
Why?
Yeah.
Does it feel more comfortable?
Do you stick tissue in your bra?
No, I don't.
Are you like?
That's so elementary.
I wish I could do that, but I do take some pads. because-
She's like, I wish.
because I love my dresses, and you know, when you wear a dress and you have a little bit, you know, I don't need a really like big. I just want something to kind of like define the dress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's part
that's
of
I hear you.
It's part of
I hear you.
styling.
One of your beauty secrets.
Yeah.
If you need a little padding, hook it up. Put a
Yeah.
little padding in there.
Yeah, exactly. It's not because you want that. It's just because to actually define
To
the
look
dress.
right.
Yeah, the
I totally
especially
get that.
the dress is that's what you know, you bought that dress for a reason. Come on, make
Yeah.
it work.
Make it work. She's
Uh-huh.
like, stuff the tissue if you got to stuff the tissue.
Well,
I'm definitely
don't
not
start
opposed to
because
this.
tissue can actually start. You know, I mean, you don't want that. You want something.
Rip it apart.
You know,
Right.
You want.
Disintegrating. You know.
I want to actually take
Perspiration,
my
you know.
pads out right now. But
Ah.
anyways, yeah.
Oh my God, you'll have to show me
You don't
what
wanna
one
give
looks
them a
like
show,
later.
an extra
You know those
show.
stick
Well,
pads.
sure.
Yeah, those stick pads, like you know, like stick in your skin. That's what you get.
So they make pads just for
Yeah.
to add that effect.
Yes. That's
Oh,
all, yeah.
okay. Okay, cool. Well,
And it makes
You
you
know.
feel, you know, it makes you
I'm okay
feel
so far,
beautiful and everything.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah, I
just
agree.
about the bra. So like, you know, you and I, we have big busts. So big bust, I think it's about the bra.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the bra. So
Where
like,
am I? Where
you
am
know.
I when actually God's actually spread? You know,
I
Spread
know.
the breast.
Apparently, he gave you a figure
The
and
breast
no,
blessings.
no
Yeah.
boobies.
I don't,
exactly.
I don't know. We come in all shapes, sizes,
I know, right?
everything. So I don't know
I'm
why
happy
some
now.
women have more than others. I have no clue.
I said that is.
I
not
didn't
because-
ask for mine. He just gave them.
I said that not being insecure. It's just a matter of, you know, I'm still happy of what I have, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what?
Because you could have less.
Yes.
There's
exactly.
probably some women that have.
Well, it'd be
Less?
kind of
There's
hard to
always
have
someone-
less.
Well,
No,
there's
I'm
someone
teasing.
that have. There's always
I have
someone
like-
worse
I-
off than you, right? Isn't that what they say?
I have like a
So-
raisin.
A raisin. Oh. Oh.
I'm proud of it.
You.
You don't have a
I'm very
raisin.
proud of
You
it.
don't have a raisin. Come on now.
Do you remember when we were little? Them being called mosquito bites when you were first starting to develop? Oh my gosh. I remember I grew up in Colorado, and they used to call them mosquito bites when you first started to get your little
You know,
boobies.
Yeah, I know you like.
That's the awkward phase. That's the awkward phase when you're just
My
like
granddaughter
that. You had nothing.
is
now
there
you're
right
starting
now.
To have something.
And I'm like,
She,
I got her the little
trainer bra.
Mm-hmm. And I love shopping for stuff like that. Like, I get excited, but I'm also like,
Uh-oh, that means she's trying to grow up on you.
let's put it. And she runs around like practically naked. Like, she runs around in panties all. Well, I mean, she runs around in more clothes than I do. She's got panties on, but she just runs, and I don't like run, you know. But anyway, and I'm just like, oh. I'm like, do you want to put some clothes on? She's like, not yet. And then I hear her mom, leave her alone. She doesn't have to wear clothes. And I'm like,
Those are optional.
They are optional. They are optional. And, you know, I'm one of those, I never worried about if I had clothes on in front of the kids. I just did whatever I needed to do wherever they were. I know she's all, but I just never did. That was not
I think
like
there's
a
some
concern
moms
of
that are a
mine.
little, more carefree about that stuff, and there's
Yeah.
others who are more.
Yeah, I'm
like,
definitely more
Well,
carefree
well,
about it.
conservative
But
about it.
That my daughter is now 19, and now I feel okay now to actually, you know, she comes in and out in my room, and I have nothing, and it doesn't bother me anymore. But when she's younger, I'm trying to actually show her that, her private properties is only for her to see,
Mm-hmm.
or you know what I mean. So, but now that she's she's
Grown.
adult,
Young adult.
young adult, no. So I'm like, oh, it's okay now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
she knows
cool.
what is good and bad. So
But
Right.
you know, I think
hear you.
what I think is cool is that the woman of the household, like, she kind of just can do whatever at the end of the day. So, like, let's say, like, it's a woman and her, like a husband and a wife or whatever, and then they have kids. Like, well, when the kids are little, whether they're boy or girl, maybe it may not be as big of a deal before the boy starts understanding stuff, right? If it's a boy in the house. But then when he starts getting a little older, then I think the woman does need to, not be walking around, prancing around naked in front of her,
Right.
her growing son.
We're a house of girls right now. For
but
sure.
like if it's but if there's like, say, no son, and it's just like, say, the dad in the house, like, the woman, well, the man obviously seen what she has, and the kids, the girls, y'all have the same stuff, so then you just like, okay, it can be kind of, you can not care as much, I think, when you have the woman, but the man, he can't be walking around naked, and you have
right.
daughters,
That'd be
like, that's just not appropriate.
that'd be peculiar.
That's just
Yeah.
not appropriate, and
It doesn't work that way.
men can't do it, but the mom of the house can. But then when
Yeah.
the little boy, if there is a little boy or something, then she needs to cover it up, because I think some women, they still be prancing around their little boys
I haven't done that.
naked, and I'm like, like, you. At a certain ages, the boys start getting hints as to what stuff is and stuff, and they shouldn't be looking at their mom in
Right.
inappropriate ways.
I agree with you there.
yep.
And
me
I
too.
just heard, like, the other day that there's some kind of a
I'm
complex.
afraid
There's
of
some
you
kind of a
right
complex.
now. No, go ahead though.
There's a complex. I was reading
Okay.
an article. Can't remember what it's about, but people like to people. I like Yahoo news articles because I love to read the comments under it. But anyways, in this article, well, someone was saying they were trying to reference whatever was going on in the article, but they said that, like, there's guys. Well, I've heard that guys try to find women that are like they're similar to their mom, and then girls try to find guys that are like, it's opposite. It's opposite. So when women, they say we tend to try to find a man like our dad, and then the guys try to find someone like their mom.
Yes,
And
I think I believe that.
There's some kind of a theory, but I didn't know that the theory takes it a step further. And they said that boys with sons, if there's a father in the house, the sons can start looking at their dad like a rival, because the boy. I guess the first person that sons may, this is according to this or something, the first person that they might look at and kind of like want, like, section. So if the dad is around, the boys can be looking at the mom like, you're a rival because I want her affections, I want them.
That doesn't even make sense to me.
I was like, I didn't hear that part of the theory
Right.
before.
I'm not, well,
I
okay, so that
I think I can see that.
things got a little funny.
Yeah, but they're not. The kids is not like affection, like sexually, but the affection, the attention and everything that the mom is giving it to the dad. But it's not really like more of But but I get what you mean. I think it happens.
I think in general, like, as far as the first level of what I think I understand the theory, I do think women tend to try to look for guys like their dad, and girl and boys try to look for. But if the relationship is not a good one, though, with that opposite sex parent, you maybe at first you might be going for the wrong dudes, and eventually you might find, like, if your dad is really not like the stand-up guy that society may say he should be, or should be, then, like, you may be stumbling for a while, and then you might say, well, maybe I need to find someone who's not like him.
Yeah.
My dad was utterly amazing, but I don't jack around with guys that are amazing. Like, kind of, but not really all the time.
I think when you're one of the
like,
million
I don't, right.
that's doing the opposite, yes.
I should look for men like my dad.
Yeah.
But
I got what you mean, because my dad has a really, really amazing guy and very big heart, has a big heart, and very understanding and what do you call that? Understanding and patient. And I think
Weird.
I know, and I'm like, if a guy is very loving and understanding and patient, I'm like kind
You're
of
driving me
questioning. I'm
nuts.
like,
Right.
yeah, I'm like, really? There's a guy like that? And I'm
Right.
like, I think you're weird. That's how I do it. Like, oh, I don't
Aw.
want you anymore.
Right.
That's how.
You're like, well, you're not exciting enough.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so yeah, it's I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? Audience
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Let us
everyone
know.
falls into at least one category or something. Like, do you think that women tend to try to go for guys like their dad, and men try to go for women who tend to be like their moms? Or what's your experience? Did you look at your mom or dad, or did you look at the other parent and say, they're exactly what I don't need or want? Let me try to find someone else
Who's
different.
way better?
No, I should be
So,
looking for that. Is
Please
what
let
I
us,
should be doing.
let us know in the comment
know.
section. And Dolores, one of our top fans, chimed in, and she was recommending Victoria's Secret as the best place to sell the bras for the ladies,
Yay!
for the sisters. And
Those ones are too small for me. I can't fit into
Oh, they
Victoria's
don't
Secret.
have extra.
I
thing?
second.
They only go up to a certain size.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
but recently
Well, I
they
have
started to
one.
try to. I think they added like maybe one more cup size, but like for the longest they only went up to a single D, and single D. I mean, I guess maybe that's on starting to get on the bigger side. But if you're like double or triple D,
Right.
like Victoria's
That's
Secret had nothing for you.
Not even close.
Like. So, I outgrew them a long time
Yeah.
ago.
You're like,
outgrew
well, we
Victoria's
were done with
Secret
that
a
in
long
high
time
school.
ago. That's like during development,
Right.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
for real.
Hey, you guys
There
have to
goes that.
actually, expand your product lines.
Yeah, well, I think they got the memo recently because I think they're starting to try to carry like maybe the double D, or I heard, or something like that. But they shouldn't be leaving out the ladies that have big busts,
yeah,
because
I
not
know.
everyone has a smaller or medium bust. There's some of us that have a big bust, and then like for me, I'm like the anomaly because I have a bigger bust, but I'm smaller framed,
Yep.
and it's hard for me even to try to find
You're
certain
like a
things.
Barbie doll. It's wonderful.
I don't have Barbie's legs though. I don't have her long legs, but
Right.
it
But you're
can be
still
hard.
our Barbie.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I think we've just found our new mascot. Barb.
Yes, and Dolores shared with us that our screen is frozen, and that they have bigger cups in their online store, Victoria's Secret. Now they
Well,
have
that's
some
something you
fly
gotta-
panties. Now I can fit
Yeah.
the panties. Now the panties.
Yeah, well, I just want to actually clarify that our screen is not frozen; it's just lagging. And like what I said earlier, we're gonna be restreaming this in few days, probably Friday and Sunday. So it's gonna be streamed 2 days this week. So, yay!
Yeah. So sorry for the technical difficulties, but check back with us, and then you can see the whole episode without any technical issues. So and those of you who are trying to stick with it, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you,
because
Dolores.
they can hear.
And
Yes,
I think
and
yeah.
they can still hear us even
Yeah.
it's lagging. That's a good thing.
Yeah, just think of it like a podcast. A
Yes.
podcast, we hear the voices, but we don't see
the
people.
faces. Yes.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Honeybees on podcast. We're podcasting today.
Yes,
Right?
yes. And it's gonna be live.
It's radio.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's
there
radio
you go.
today.
Do you guys watch podcasts? I don't
No, I
really.
don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't listen. I'm sorry. I don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah, I do.
Listen to podcasts?
Because Mr. Orgasm does a podcast
Oh, he does. Oh, okay.
Mr.
with one of his good
Orgasm.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I watch
cool.
that every Saturday morning.
Oh,
I
by
have
the
a
way,
little.
don't forget to come to see us tomorrow at the Sand Dollar with
What are we
the
doing?
Funk Jam. I just,
Oh.
I just don't know if we have to wear mask because I don't want to go if I'm going to wear mask.
But this is the day and time in which we live. We must mask up.
I know, but then I'd rather not go if I wear a mask. Does that make sense?
I still haven't
Yeah.
worn a mask.
I'd rather just stay
But they just
home.
made the rule. It's now a law or something like that.
Well, it's not a
You
law.
didn't hear about that?
No,
No, it's not.
I did.
They're
I just
requiring
don't
it.
care to listen. So when
I didn't hear that one store person.
well,
I didn't
like
hear
so
about
when I
that.
go onto Fremont Street to get through to go in, I pull it out of my purse and I stick it on, and then I take it off when I get through and I get a couple steps past. Then if somebody asks, I may or may not, but pretty much I'm not.
That's how you're
But
feeling.
when
They
I
don't-
was
they
at
don't
like
ask.
no,
Actually,
they
I
do.
never- I didn't know.
Well, they've been asking me. Like, so today when we were at the
When you went to
Paris,
Paris,
right? Nobody was there to say anything. The place was dead. But then when I got into the little cafe right next to the crepe place, because the crepes were closed, the lady behind the counter pointed out the sign and whatever at the door, and we're like, okay. And then we just pressed on with what we were doing, and then I was somewhere else. And like Walmart, I just pressed on and said thank you, and all right, thank you, sir, and pressed on. And then I don't know, 2 other places. Anyway, so they kind of ask, but I'm also kind of like, sir, let's not have this argument. And I'm not really going to like argue, but I am going to try another time to decline respectfully before I just probably walk off. But I don't know. Everybody feels about it differently. So do what makes your heart happy, because that's the only thing I would, expect anybody to do, to be comfortable for themselves.
Right, but I think I think last week I shared how they had just made that into effect. I think like a few days before last week's episode, and like there's some stores there's places that aren't even letting you
Go
in
in.
without
mask.
without their mask. And there was a tall man who was arguing with the associate outside of Walmart.
Well, there are reasons in the proposal for them to make the rule or whatever that gives guidelines for things for you don't have to wear your mask under these situations. If you've got these concerns, don't wear your mask. So there are people that don't need to be wearing their mask, and it's appropriate for them.
Oh, okay.
So you can't, it's not everybody in the world has to have a mask. Yes, we want most people to have a mask, but there are reasons that some people are not going to have a mask.
Oh, okay.
So
maybe they walk around with a doctor's note saying they're exempt.
No, they are not.
you
They are
don't-
not
it's-
allowed to ask that either because
Yeah.
of HIPAA. It's IPAA
Oh.
thing.
So,
if they're gonna
yeah.
ask, then you can sue them.
Yeah, so you can't, nobody can ask you what your medical condition is. You
Do
can
you
offer
have
it,
a
you
breathing
can,
condition
but
or
yeah,
something like that?
nobody can do that. But, so in essence, but so here's one thing, like after
a
I go
gray
out
areas.
for my
There's a lot
evenings,
of gray areas.
Oh.
on my way
Yeah.
home, I'll go to the Maverick, gas station, like convenience store by my house.
Oh, never heard
And
of
I
it.
talk to one of my best buddies, Kyle, and I give him a rundown of my affairs or whatever. And right, my sexcapades. And like, so he, works the overnight shift. He's more serious about the mask thing than I am. And he wants me to wear a mask. So like I went in there a week ago and he was like, Tab, do you have your mask? And I'm like, nope. And he's like, okay, I need you to come back another time then. And I'm like, okay. So I trotted off because I can't lie to him. I know him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be like,
You probably
Sir.
had a escapade with him. Is he one of your ex
no,
lovers?
but he will be eventually. He will be eventually.
You try to
But no, like, so,
conquer that. Okay.
like, I can't, like, he knows me. He knows I'm full of shit. So I can't be like, and I could legit come up with a good reason and go to the doctor and get a doohickey. But I'm not about to do all that. And for one, like she said, they can't ask. That's against the law. That's
Yes.
private and privileged information.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. But I'm literally not going and telling my friend about my escapades because, like, he wants me to wear my mask and follow the rules. And I'm like, ugh, that's horrible, Kyle.
You're like, this
Gonna have
feels
to-
like elementary school. When you're
Right.
the teacher.
You know
Right.
what funny is? I went to a convenience store the other day, and I walk into the convenience store. I always have a mask in my glove box.
Yes,
Okay.
for emergencies.
Yeah, for emergencies. So
I do too.
Yeah.
I have some in mind.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
I
Right.
walk in. to
I
a
only
con-
have one mask.
I have only one.
You only have
Yeah.
one. I know.
So I walk in. It's just like for emergency purposes.
Uh-huh.
So I walk into the convenience store and forgot my mask, right?
Right.
And then the lady at the cashier said, ma'am, you should be wearing mask. I said, oh yeah, I'm so sorry, I forgot about it. And don't worry, I'll be here in and out.
Yep, you're like,
And-
I'm gonna be snappy about it.
And she was like, can you just do this with your shirt? I said, okay.
All right.
And then I did that, and I was reaching my money inside my bag to pay my thing, and
Right.
I'm like, here you go. All right, bye.
All right. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
out.
Well, she's like, can you just use your shirt as your makeshift mask?
Right.
What if you had like makeup or lipstick on?
See,
Would you
and
want
that's
to
the
get your
other
clothes
thing,
dirty if
'cause-
you were to just?
Oh, well, I don't wear actually makeup when I don't have a show, first of all.
Right.
I love not to wearing makeup when I have.
When
a
you're not
show.
on TV.
Yeah, when I'm not on TV. I just.
Oh, okay.
Here's what I've learned.
Okay.
And I have yet to like make a change. But you're right. Like when I'm running to the store or something, unless I'm
I'm in
going
my
out for the
pajamas.
evening. Well, I'm not in my pajamas, but I do have like more casual little knit dresses that, you know, you throw on your other one. You're like, I'm going to Walmart or Target. But there's always cute boys when I don't have makeup on. And I'm like, that's a missed opportunity. That's a missed opportunity. So I'm like, Tabitha, come on now. Get your shit together.
It happens for a
You need
reason.
to get
honey.
dolled up
Don't
at
worry,
Walmart.
it happens
But-
for a reason.
But now, since we have to wear masks, you don't need to
Let's
put
see.
the makeup on because you're just covering your face with your mask anyways.
Yeah.
No, I like to
exactly.
put makeup on.
Exactly.
It
But
takes
you
a little
can't
bit
see
of time,
most
but
of your face.
Yes, they don't
So
Right,
maybe you
but-
could do your eyes.
yeah. They
But
don't,
this part of
but
your
you know
face.
what? I have my eyeglasses too, so they don't see anything. So what?
Yeah, so you could totally go makeupless
I
right
just-
now. Where
Yeah,
there's
I love
masks
it.
involved.
I don't
go
really love it.
maskless, but I hear you. I hear you. I
You know,
could.
just an
I
idea.
still would put my makeup on though. I still put it
To
on
hide
knowing
it
I
under
have
I'll
a
to.
just do
mask?
my hair. And I
well,
just wear
yeah.
sexy clothes. That's it.
Yeah, you don't need to do the makeup.
No.
Just saying. But,
Okay,
you know, what
right.
you do you and what feels, comfortable
You're
for
so
you.
cute. You're like, right? We're all being happy with ourselves, right? No,
you know,
for
Maria's
sure.
comfortable going out in her PJs, but I'm not comfortable going in my PJs.
Yeah.
You'll never catch me in my PJs
Right,
outside
right,
my
right.
house. So
Do you know
but
that
that's me.
there's a lot of guys actually are very fond of women with their PJs. I don't know why.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Like a
When-
fetish? Like
when
a
they see you
fetish?
on your pajamas, yeah, like they are like imagining you. I talked to
No.
Okay, I'm
multiple
trying to
men.
think
No,
of
I
IG
promise
right
you.
now. I'm trying to think of Instagram.
No,
I'm trying to
I
think.
talked to multiple men says the same thing, that like they are imagining that like you just got up in their bed.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
what they
we would
say?
be
For them-
naked
yeah,
if
for-
we just got up from
for the-
being in their bed.
For their imagination is just
Right.
very sexy to them.
Huh.
You
For
mean
a reason.
even if it's like flannel pajamas, like loose?
Yeah, yes.
Like
Uh,
not
a pajama.
not cute
So it
nighties,
doesn't
not
take
like a
much.
cute
No,
nightie.
Right.
it's not a night. It's a pajamas with a shirt, like a regular.
Really?
I don't know about that.
You know,
I don't know where you're
you
getting
know-
your
you
stats
know what?
from, lady.
No, you
Yeah,
know what,
because
funny?
I don't think those chicks on Instagram have a whole bunch of followers.
Oh well, those are different. See, there's our
Instagram.
certain certain things that guys like. A regular woman, they want a woman who always dress up. There's a guy that just like always dress up with their high heels. So they have different things. So
That-
I think these guys that I was talking about they like simple women, like simple, like they don't want any makeups. Let me
Yeah.
give you an example.
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend
Okay.
loves that.
He likes
He
a very
loves-
casual woman.
Yeah, he
Very
just
casual.
totally loves it when I just got up from bed, and she loves that I'm just wearing my pajamas.
Oh, really?
And then it's not only that, but I have other few friends who's like, "Are you in your pajamas right now?"
But Maria, in all fairness, he probably likes what's under the pajamas because he knows what's under the pajamas and he wants the cookies.
Right.
He
course,
knows
yeah, of
cookies.
course.
He doesn't have to envision anything. He knows all of that. So he's probably like, I want some morning that. some morning
Yeah,
coffee. You know?
That's why I said they think it's sexy. I don't know why,
Oh.
and I'm like, yeah, they I don't know. Some men that express their liking on me actually, like they want to see me in my pajamas. I'm like, why? You don't want to see. I'd rather see you in your pajamas than see you in your dress and high heels at night.
No.
I
No.
think when guys ask, like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
You know, and if you say pajamas, they're going to probably be like, well, then what's under the pajamas? Like, are you wearing Victoria's Secret pink bra and thong? Or,
Right.
like,
Not
they probably want to
necessarily.
know what's under it.
You see, I
You don't want to know that you're wearing some red and black flannels.
I've been to I've been to a lot of different types of guys, like CEOs, regular guys, guys who just who may be jobless, and I literally like those guys who are just like as simple as me. I don't like those guys who just actually see me on the bar with all my dress and all kind of glammed up. I don't like those guys.
The guys that want the trophy,
Yeah,
like the
the
trophy
trophy.
girlfriend, the trophy
Yeah, the
wife,
trophy
like,
girlfriend, yes.
look at my arm candy, my arm candy.
Yes.
My arm candy.
I'm attracted to those guys who just like are interested when I don't have the makeup and I'm wearing pajamas, because that means that I don't need to wear my high heels all
Oh
the
my
time.
gosh.
You
Right?
don't have to wear high heels in the house. You don't have to put on makeup just to walk around your house for your
Yeah.
man to think you're sexy. He just likes you just the way you are, all
Yes,
natural.
Exactly.
Now, natural, no, that's
Yeah,
good. I mean, natural
I'm
is
attracted
good.
to those guys, but as long as those guys have actually a kind of bread in their pocket.
Like a good job.
Good
That's
job.
funny.
A
She's
good
like, as long as they have bread in their pocket. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that.
Maybe those guys like the pajamas their moms wore, and so they're like looking for the women that
my
are wearing.
goodness.
And then making their
Like their
breakfast
mom.
right with the pajamas.
I remember when Mommy used to make pancakes for me in the morning.
Oh, you're so cute, right?
Whoop that better, Mommy.
Right.
It's really cool, because if you ask me that, I'm like, go ahead and make us breakfast, darling.
Oh
I'm not
my
going to make
gosh.
us
I'm
breakfast.
not making you breakfast. Are you kidding me?
What's wrong with making breakfast? Making breakfast is nice.
Oh,
It's
talking
good.
about breakfast, my ex-boyfriend used to actually make me breakfast.
Oh, he would make you breakfast.
Yes, and a few times
Uh-huh.
he actually have a breakfast in bed for me.
Aw,
Few
not
times.
that sweet.
And guess what is those breakfasts in bed?
What?
What?
McDonald's.
What? You mean he like left the house for a minute and came back? And he's
Yeah,
like,
and
ta-da.
yes, a breakfast.
Egg McMuffin
and
and
waking
Mickey
me up,
D's
waking me
pancakes.
up with that breakfast. I'm like, really? You didn't cook today? It's like, oh well, I just went jogging, so I stopped by. I'm like,
That's cool,
Oh,
though.
yeah, that's
but
a
it's
lot
still,
of effort.
yeah, it's the
a lot of,
thoughts that count.
yeah, it is the thought. It is a thought. But last time I checked, like, well, when I before my vegan days, like Mickey D's breakfast was not all that, and their pancakes were definitely.
Oh, it's,
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
like
nice.
their pancakes. I do.
no,
I
I don't.
love them.
I don't eat
They're good.
McDonald's,
Oh.
by the way.
I don't eat
I
much of
haven't
it for
eaten
sure.
in years. So.
Yeah, I don't
Nice.
eat
Girl, I
McDonald's.
know what I'm missing. It's
Yeah.
okay. I'm good. But
Yeah.
but you like their breakfast. They have good breakfast. Or at
Well,
least
I'm not really
pancakes.
a breakfast person,
Oh,
but I
okay.
do like their pancakes.
So on
yeah,
occasion,
and
you're
on occasion I'll have like an egg McMuffin. So far and few between or something, but I would do the pancakes before I did anything else, and I really just don't do breakfast food
Oh,
too
okay.
easily. But I love bacon, so I love bacon and.
Bacon, I know, that's your
You know,
favorite.
that is one of my favorites
See,
for
I know
sure.
you
Bacon
well
and
now.
steak. But I know, right? Those are the things I cook all the
Some
time.
people eat steak for breakfast, don't they? Sometimes.
Yes, that's
They
like a
do?
cowboy breakfast.
Is it?
In my
Really?
mind, yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
I've heard of
I've-
steak and
My
eggs.
breakfast is
Yeah.
my Starbucks coffee.
Okay.
That's my
get
breakfast.
that
You know,
caffeine fix.
I love Starbucks sandwiches. Oh God,
They have good sandwiches.
Yeah, I've had a couple of them.
Oh my-
It's been a while, so I can't remember what they were, but yeah, they're pretty good.
I actually tried all the sandwiches of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her.
She's
She's like, I
like-
tried every one.
Yeah,
Each week I went in and got
who
something
used
different.
You know who used to actually buy me all those things?
Your ex-boyfriend.
No,
Kev, or,
Steve.
oh, okay, gotcha.
He is,
Okay.
you know, he has like a year of free Starbucks because he buys Starbucks like
All the
10
time.
to
A year
20
of
times
free.
a day.
So
Nice.
they give like reward points or
Yes.
something like that. Oh,
So he was like,
he
he's
probably has some
"Here
money
you go."
tied into
Yeah,
investment
here
with
you
go.
Starbucks. So he's
Here
trying
you
to
go.
keep his stock up. You know,
Right.
trying to keep his stock up.
So
But
I'm like, what do you want? I'm in Starbucks. I'm like, oh, can I have this? And then
Right.
the next time, what do you want? I'm in Starbucks. I'm like, oh, you know what? Don't get
Try
the one.
the next thing.
Try the next sandwich. So
Right.
I tried it all.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they have good hot chocolate, and they have
I love hot cocoa. I don't
They
do
have
coffee
a good
or
hot
tea.
chocolate that you can
so-
do with soy. Since I eat
Oh,
vegan,
Yeah.
so
okay. I haven't done that.
do it with soy. Yeah,
And
they
I
have
get
soy.
extra
Oh
vanilla
my
in
God.
mine,
Oh, really?
like 3 pumps or something.
And I tried the vanilla chai tea, the hot one, and they can do it with soy.
Oh,
It's
have
really
you
good.
tried the green
Okay.
tea?
Oh, I'm not into green tea, but I hear it's good for
my
you. But I'm just
God.
not. It just
The
doesn't
green
taste
tea
that
is
good.
amazing.
Theirs
it just
tastes
like
good?
looks like poop. Yeah, it takes.
It looks like poop.
Yeah, because you see that ice that is blended, and then
Okay.
the green. That's the only nasty that I couldn't. That's why
Like
I stayed away.
kombucha is like
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
gross. Kombucha
yeah.
looks
So I'm
nasty.
like, I don't want that anymore. So I stayed with my caramel frapped.
I hear you.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey,
Oh my
you know,
god, cool! Dude. Oh my god, we're talking about food.
it's good to have. You know,
Yeah.
it's good to have you. Like, yay, we're just having a good time. Sorry
real.
if we digress a little bit, but you know.
So what?
But,
Okay, let's go to our topic.
yes, let's how about we give a shout out to any of our, can we see if any of our friends are on,
My
or
phone is dead.
Yeah.
real quick, we haven't given an official shout out, but I know that
We
we're
haven't
having
given
some
a shout out
technical
yet.
issues, so,
Yeah, it seems like things are a little funny, but
well,
I've had Ray and Rob and Lance and Chauncey, Janae, Marcelo, Barry, Luke, Andre, I love that guy, Brandon. Oh, I don't know how to say this name. Stanislaus?
I don't know.
That's of a different country.
It's
Justin,
Stanislas
Amber,
or something.
Gabriel, I love that guy. Charles, Wendy, Gretchen, Jennifer, Speedball, Manuel, Jason, Bass and Boots,
Oh my god.
Gerald,
I'm so jealous.
Maisha, Daryl. He's totally adorable. He's afraid of me.
Maisha tuned in
Aaron.
last week too, I think,
Yeah, I think so.
because I have a friend named Maisha, so I was like,
Right,
I
so it caught
remember
your
you saying
eye.
her before. Yeah, I remember you saying her name last time. I was like, oh, I have a friend named Maisha.
Right, she's totally
We're not
adorable.
We're not Facebook friends though, so she would. But
Right.
Maria, do you have the ones that have tuned in?
I know
for
that all
her
my
phone's dead.
boyfriends are tuning in right now. Hi to you, all of you guys. Just to let you know,
She's like,
no
hi to all my
dinner,
boys.
No dinner, no breakfast, no lunch dates yet because I don't want to go out there with a mask.
Right, right.
Okay, cool beans. We have some who tuned in on our main page, I think. So we have, of course, Dolores, one of our top fans, and we thank you for tuning in, Dolores. And we said hi to Tony, to Chris, to Catrice. There's Speed Ballini,
Yep.
and let's see who else. We have Troy. Hi, Troy, and. Yeah, I think that's all I could see from the main one. Of course, JC is still tuning in, even though he has left the hot seat as our show's honey. Well, no, he's our hornet. Our hornet.
Right.
Hornet.
Yeah.
Right. Thank
And you
God
gotta
I
give us
understand
the
that
male
now.
perspective, the men's
I didn't
perspective.
realize that is really funny.
What? You didn't realize it either?
No, I do. I know that, but no, I
Right, right. I'm
Tab
on track
It's
now.
I
just
was
connecting
like-
the dots. She just connected the dots
That's
today.
good. I'm glad that you did now.
My light bulb turned on.
But it's better to be late, better
Right,
late than never.
than never.
So at least,
Right.
hey, you got it. You got it. So
For
that's
sure.
cool. Cool beans. So today our topic, we're talking about America. And what do we think of our country? How can we make America greater or great again? Or was it never great? I don't know. So let's talk about that. And for our viewers, if any of you want to chime in, if you're hanging in with us through our technical difficulties, we would still love to hear from you. So you try to send a message if you can, or a question. But what do we think about our country, and what can we do to make it better? So, Maria.
Yes,
You wanna go
I
first?
believe that whatever you want to make it better, it's not just our country, maybe our house, our situation, anything, the whole wild world always starts within yourself. If you don't actually start changing your bad habits or your bad ways, there's no possible way that you expect other to do a better job. So I think it's always it starts with you. I just want to share this comment that I made yesterday. I was gonna post it on Facebook, but it took like 3 to 4 paragraphs. So I stopped. I said I'm not posting this. It's too long. So,
Okay.
but anyways, I was talking to a friend, and then a friend actually start talking about a negative thing. It's not really negative. It is like a bad thing. So he is telling me that bad thing, and I told him that I think that if you hear a bad thing, I think it's you rather actually stop it right there and then, and don't say it to the next person to you, or your friend or your relatives. You stop it out there. That is negative. If you hear something good about other people, what they've done, good things that they've done, I think that's the positive things that you transfer to other people. That's why I said, when there's negative that's going on, or negative that's you hear, stop it. Let's stop it within you. Stop it. Don't spread that. That way, when you spread positive things, then at least we all become positive. So it's anything that we want to be great again, it starts with ourselves.
Well,
And
she
putting
stole
out
my
those
answer.
good vibes, putting out like those good positive vibes. I think is that what you? Yeah,
Yes.
like the positive energy.
Yeah,
Like
positive
not
energy.
spreading the negative,
Negative,
but
yes.
trying to keep it positive.
Yeah, stop the negative right there. Don't spread it. Yeah.
And so with
That's a
us
good
being,
thought.
yes, it is. Thank you. I love good vibes. I love good vibes. So with this being like an election year, for a new president and stuff, for the for the two candidates, I mean, if there are some negative things that those people have done, what would you say? Would you say that no one should talk about what the negative things that they believe that the person did, or
I think
and only
that's a little
focus on the
different,
positive,
because when we're looking at a presidential candidate, we need more information. But when we're just going about our daily lives and interacting with people and stuff like that, I think bullshit is best left, unattended by the wayside. So, but when it comes to politicians and stuff like that, that may be something that, is important to us and will help us make a sound
decision.
choice
more informed.
for who we want to vote for. So I think those are two different situations. But
Okay, okay,
But I
okay.
think in general life, I don't know. When I was thinking about our topic today, I was like, there are some things that we may have, or I'm hoping some of us have learned from just being on a lockdown, and they would be kind of like self-care items. How to better take time for ourselves, how to better take time for our families, how to relax, how to maybe even go a little bit more with the flow rather than fighting the process or whatever, like you and I are doing with masks. Just so those things.
Let me correct you on that, because you are actually going against it. I am the one who's avoiding it. So that's
Right.
different.
So you're avoiding, and I'm just like, well, I hope this doesn't turn into an assault, but we'll see how it turns out. No, I hear you. But when we look at taking good care of ourselves, that allows us the opportunity to better take care of others. And my life has a lot of joy from serving other people. I love volunteer work. I love giving my time to the homeless. I love giving, and hopefully I'll go with somebody and feed the homeless on Thursday. He was wanting to cook and go feed some people. So hopefully that pulls through. But I don't know. I just love to give my time. I like to read at the elementary school for the kids. And all you have to do is ask. And the teacher will probably be like, I can fit you in from this time to this time on this
Really?
day.
Wow.
And you go down. And they have March 2nd is Dr. Seuss's birthday. And that's also Kyle Ann's birthday. And so she
she's
loves that.
on Read Across America
Yes,
Day.
yes.
Okay.
And so I like to go almost every year. I haven't been able to do it every year, and read a Dr. Seuss book to the kids, because they have parents usually come in and read a little bit that day and do whatever. And I like Hooray for Diffin' Day.
What?
Which is a book
that's one of the books?
he was
Okay.
working on when he passed away, so other people helped him finish it. But it's a cute thing about being in school and being accepting or not accepting of certain things. Anyway, it's really cute.
Oh, I never heard of that one.
And it's a hard one.
Hooray, doofa day?
Hooray for Diffin Doofer Day.
Hooray for Diffin Doofer
Yes,
Day.
it's okay to be different, in essence, is what they're saying.
Okay.
And
Cool.
it's so hard to read, though. It's like a hard read. Like, I have to practice it a couple times. And I even say it out loud, like, so I can hear myself say the words.
Right.
Because they're just such unusual
Silly
words. You're like,
I don't
silly
even want to
words.
try
I
to
can't do it.
pronounce
It's a tough one, but it's my absolute favorite. And so,
Yeah, he
you know,
used
I
a lot
go
of
and
silly words and made
I
them
know, I love that shit. So,
I think some people have different viewpoints.
I know,
Some
right?
people are like, well, how are we supposed to teach kids to read the wrong words? Those are not even real words.
Real words, right.
That's right.
But then
But-
some people
yeah.
could say, well, the rhyming patterns and stuff can kind of help the kids recognize rhyming words and things like that.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good all the way around. I think they need a mixture of both, but I
So
don't
you
know.
like
So
to read to the kids. So you like to give back to your local community.
I do, and I think that if we take the time to start caring for ourselves better, which this little COVID-19 thing kind of did, we had to do some extra problem solving. We had to do some extra. Just making sure that ourselves were okay, because the world changed so dramatically, so quickly, and we're all at a loss financially, with work, with family, with what we can and can't do, you know, what our rights should and shouldn't be. And so I think we've all had to do some soul searching and make some accommodations and do some problem solving. And if we take those things that we've learned or we've started to hopefully try to do better, because I think we were all just going through life and
Yep.
forgetting to take care of ourselves, kind of, you know, then those things better equip us to help the collective soul of our communities. And then
Good.
I think if we just find a passion that we enjoy and something that helps our heart, and then do something with it rather than just liking it on the inside,
Yep.
then that does nothing but pour out love into the world. So
I think I love that.
Yeah,
you know,
you,
so I don't
bringing
know.
Up,
Those
you're
are-
bringing up great points.
those are my
you
thoughts
know, positive
on that.
vibes. You know, so far I'm hearing between the both of you, you know, looking within, you know, self, I think introspection, trying to, you know, like kind of look in selves, take inventory, stock of what's going on, and trying to see what can we do to help make the world a better place, you know, and giving back to the community in various ways, volunteering time, you know, helping the homeless and children and stuff. That's like in the schools, that stuff is great, provided you don't have a record, right? You don't have a record, because some schools you have to do background checks on the parent volunteers and stuff before they can come hang out
Yep.
with the
I've had to
kids,
do that.
you know. So if you've got a clean record, yeah.
well, mine's
But-
not spotless, and I've still been able to do it.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
so
So
don't
maybe
think
certain
that,
things
you
are-
know, yeah.
So
don't-
maybe certain things are
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not sure what's okay or not, but I just know that there's usually a process for parents who want to volunteer to like help
for sure.
out in the classroom as like, you know,
You can't just
assistant
pop up anymore.
and
I used
stuff.
to be able to pop up with my older kids, you know,
Yeah.
but there's no popping up anymore. Yeah, no, legit.
But I
That's
think-
what I do.
Yeah, I think it's good that they're trying to tighten the reins and kind of be more cognizant of who they're allowing to be around the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because even some parents or grandparents or whatever can, you know, have done some stuff, and you know, you're just not sure if you'd want them around your babies. So,
Right.
Yep.
For sure.
But so yeah, I think the pandemic has given us.
A lot of time to
I think-
Time to think.
Yeah.
Yes. I think for those of us who have better reasoning and logic skills, yes. Over this week, stuff that's going on over this weekend, they're talking about there's leaders, elected officials who are blaming the pandemic though for people for the surges in violence, and they're saying, well, people been cooped up, and they're just acting out, but rising in crime.
I can kind of see that though.
You know, being cooped up during the pandemic, you know, I'm not sure if I see, I mean, violent tendencies
everybody
are violent
knows-
tendencies, so.
Right. And not
Um,
everybody knows how to self-regulate to where they can keep themselves out of trouble if, you know, they're uncomfortable. They don't know how to settle themselves and, get calmed down or whatever. So I can totally see it. But you're right. If they've got those tendencies, that's, those are the ones that are going to show it's not going to.
That might take advantage of, what's currently going on.
Right. And I don't think they would even wittingly know that they're taking advantage or acting out. I just don't think it's on purpose. Like, taking advantage per se. Like, well, there's a riot, so if the Target doors get pulled open and those sneakers are still there in a size 9, hopefully not too many people are doing that. But
oh yeah, people have.
You're like, no, they did.
Looted, have gone in and tried to sell the stuff, like go
I
make money
totally
with the stuff. I know
used to do that when I was little.
I know people have done those
Yeah.
those things, and then and I heard someone was even feeling bad that they only made $70, but they know someone who made over $1,000 on some looted
Dude,
stuff.
that's hilarious.
Oh God.
I only made $70.
I know, really. I got gypped off
you
these
paid
stolen
$0.
goods.
Like,
Exactly.
you
God.
need $0.
Those are, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Why
no,
don't
that
we
stuff
just
is real.
It's
It's real.
yeah, I know, but see, this is the common thing about human race is we never been fulfilled or feel satisfied. We always feel unsatisfied for anything. That's why what happened these days is, imagine, there's no such things as poor, rich, richer.
Okay, if
Because-
everyone was the same.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
technically, if you think about it, it's all the same. It is just a matter of how much money you have, because when you are poor, you know how to actually budget your money on certain things. When you have more income, then your level is going up. You are buying more and buying bigger, what do you call that? Higher prices of goods. So technically, it is. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense, but for me, it's just like, because I've been in different levels in life. I used to spend like thousands and thousands of dollars in clothing once a week. Now, I'm only spending probably $20 once a week in clothing.
She's like, if I'm lucky and I hit a sale.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
exactly, right? And then you see, I used to live in a big house and spending $2,500 per month. Now I am only paying $1,000 in a smaller house.
Oh, okay.
You see the level. So
The correlation.
yeah,
I kind of see what you're saying, but I guess I would say though that in certain parts of our country, certain cities and stuff, though, there's people who are poor, and that's just kind of what they know, and that's where they are, and they just don't. I don't know if they're happy, but that's where a lot of them stay. So
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that necessarily people who are living below the poverty line might be the wisest with the money, because I worked in a school and where a lot of parents struggled, and it was okay for them to spend whatever money they had to get their kids LeBrons or Jordans, but they weren't buying notebooks and pencils and stuff that their child need for school. So so I kind of
It's
see
the
what you're
choices-
saying.
it's the
I think
choices,
with
actually.
certain people that may work, like, hey, I'm making more money now, I can spend a little more. But there's some people that just, for whatever reason, they're in that situation and they
just keep it, yeah.
they kind of stay
they
there.
just stay. Yeah.
And that's kind of
That's
that's
a
kind of the
choice.
issue. How do we help get everyone out of that? How do we do that? So we are a first world country, but how do we get those who are struggling and who may have been struggling for maybe multiple generations, how do we lift them up? How do we get them out of there? Because whatever is being done and has been done is not seeming like enough.
So the real question
Is America great? Is
My
it greater?
question
Is it
really
more
on
than-
that is, are they willing to help themselves too? Because we are willing to help anybody who's under the poverty, but the question is, are they willing to do extra work to get out of that poverty level?
to help lift themselves out, which that is, I think, part of it. It's, do people have that
initiative.
sincere desire to want to rise above whatever, you know, situations that they were born in. You know, some people would say, okay, the projects or the trailer parks or something like that. Some people would say, okay, that's kind of maybe like poverty line or something living. Okay, what percentage of those people really kind of do want to get out, and if they do, how are they willing to put in that work and that effort to do so? And the cool thing is that on occasion you hear of that one story where someone was able to, you know, get out of that situation and make it better for their family, or if it was a child, they get out and then they start having it's better for their, you know, that child's generation. Or sometimes you hear of that single mom or the grandma or the dad who may make it out, but that's so few, far and in between, that we have like just, you know, like generations of families that are still stuck in these situations. And, you know, it's just like, do they think America is great? Is America great? Is America great to them?
Now I'm curious. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I don't know. Some of them, though, I feel like, because I have friends that are in all different genres of financial stability, and I feel like people are sometimes comfortable with what they're given to be able to manage. So they're comfortable with their little allotment of food stamps. They're comfortable with their housing. They're comfortable staying within the guidelines to be able to have those things, rather than, I don't know, I just feel like that's their comfort zone. Yeah. And they're okay, they're fine, they're pleased with their life. They're, you know, taking their kids to school in their jammies and their slippers and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I feel like they're kind of okay. Like, there's even homeless people. I've done quite a bit of work with the homeless, and there are some homeless people that cannot manage the stress of our everyday life. And even though their life being homeless is a struggle, they still would take that struggle over the struggle that we have. So they're homeless, and they're homeless on purpose,
kind of by choice.
Because yes, absolutely by choice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody needs to be saved from the situation that they're in, you know. So not everybody needs to be saved and live up to the standard of somebody else. So I don't know. Some of them I would say are comfortable, but hopefully
to them,
some aren't.
So to them, maybe great. Their situation may be good or great. So they may look at our country and say, "Hey, it's good or great for me because I'm content, or my basic needs are met,
peace.
or something like that."
Yeah, for sure.
And then, so, do you think that, so for those people who do want a way out, who would like, you know, would like a way out of maybe that their situations, do you think we as America give enough opportunities for that? Do you think the local governments and the state governments and the federal government, do you think that there's enough initiatives that for those who want a way out to get out? And if the same things have been, if the same programs, say food stamps, say SNAPs, say whatever, if subsidized housing, if those things are still producing pretty much the same results, is it time for maybe a greater look at the whole situation to see, is there something more we can do to help those that would like to get out of that situation? Like, is there more that we can do?
Yeah, well, there is a lot of things that everybody of us can do. Few years ago, probably more than 10 years ago, I was in a situation where I'm almost going homeless, and I have my daughter with me. She's only 9 at the time, like 9. I just moved out to other county, and I just got hired from a job.
You got
Hired.
You got hired, not fired, right? Hired. Okay,
hired.
new job. Okay,
Yes.
got a new job.
Hired
okay.
a new job, and I'm already working for a week. And the first week is technically training
Okay.
for a week, and then a week after the training, my landlord, oh well, I moved into a house paying only my deposit and not my monthly rent, and the landlord gave me a week or 2 weeks, 2 weeks to actually pay my rent. Um, However, I have other bills to pay before the rent or food or anything. I forgot exactly what I needed.
Right.
So my landlord came to me and said, I need this payment or you're thrown out to the street.
Oh.
And I have my daughter. And I called my boss. I said, I cannot come in today. I need to do something. So he said, okay. I didn't tell him yet at that time. So I went to Helping Hand. I went to different non-profit organizations that they said they help people.
It's never what you think it's going to be.
Yep.
Never
So
what you think it's going
I went to one of the organization and I walk in and I said, I need a help or I'll be homeless by tomorrow. And they said, okay, fill this paper.
Okay.
I said, okay, if I fill out this paper, how long it takes for me to get the help? They said it's gonna be a month.
Oh.
I don't need a month, honey. In a month, I will be financially
In a better place.
in a
You'll
better
have your
place.
first
Yeah,
checks
I
and
don't
stuff.
need your help anymore in a month. And he said, oh, well, this is how it works. I said,
Oh.
no, honey. And then, so we were like back and forth. And I said, I stand up like really frustrated. And I said, listen, I need help today. I don't need help. I don't need helps every single month. You know what I think about you guys, this fucking organization is, I really was frustrated. I said, this organization only helps people who don't want to help themselves.
Well.
That's all you guys want to help. I am helping myself. I need now because I don't want to be thrown on the street. Next week, I will have a big paycheck.
Right.
I don't need your help in a month. I need your help now because I'll be thrown on the street by tomorrow with my 9-year-old daughter.
Right.
And they said, I cannot help you. You know what I did? No, they didn't help me.
Wow.
I walked out the door and
Wow.
they didn't help me. I went to my boss and I tell him the situation and he said, listen, all of us actually is struggling right now, but I'm doing this for you. And don't tell anybody that I'm doing this for you. He lended me the money.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, and then after that,
touches
I
my
was
heart.
like,
I know, right?
I was in a small this small studio like this. I was in this small studio right here. My bathroom and my bedroom is just like a jail. After a month, I moved in a big 4-bedroom house.
Just came in.
Yeah,
you know?
because I know that I know that in a month I'm making that much money. I used to make like $8,000 to $10,000 a month. That's how much I'm making on that job. And
Right.
I just need it
and-
at that moment.
Right. But you probably are like, maybe that exception or that rare case
Yeah.
where, like you said, there's some people who are regularly needing or wanting the help or something like that. And, I think that for the programs that we have, or maybe the true intention at first was to be like your case, like if you just need that help, like just for that little bit of time,
Yeah.
maybe a woman was with someone and she finds herself, now a single mom or something like that, and you're trying to provide a place for your child or children and food on the table, for it to be maybe like a more of a temporary kind of help in like a situation like yours. But I think what has happened with these systems is that now there's people who are just full on
abusing,
dependent,
yes.
and
Yes.
are like taking advantage of the system, and
now we are
maybe
suffering.
content and okay with being in that situation. And so if we have systems in place that are enabling this kind of behavior, then there's going to still always be a lot of people in that situation, because it's now like a cyclical thing. It's like generational. It's grandparents and it's their kids and then it's their kids, and now we've had multiple generations who all they've kind of known, like you're saying, like maybe they kind of maybe just known that that's kind of what's regular or common.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And really, I would argue that shouldn't really be regular or common. It should be when you need that help, like that. When you're facing the, getting kicked out, you and your baby on the streets. Like that kind of temporary.
We should
help.
have those. Yeah, we should have those kind of organization. See, it's not only that organization that I reach out to that at that point. I think I reached out to 5. I reached out to 2 churches and 3 different non-profit organization. I forgot what's the one is the Helping Hand. Helping Hand is the name. And I reached out to, what do you call that now? Shucks, I forgot the name. But anyways, 3 different big organization, and everybody's like, we cannot help you. I'm like,
yeah. You're like, but you sharing
I
that
will
story
pay you tomorrow.
You sharing that story though, and like, you said you got up and you basically raised hell, for that person, like, 'cause you're trying to do what you need to do to keep a roof over your child's head. And when you said that you were able to go to your boss and your boss was able to do that for you, it just touched my heart. And I was getting a frog
He's
in my
from
throat.
Texas, by the way.
And
so
getting a
he's
frog
so
in my
amazing.
throat. Because I'm glad that that you were able to find that help. Sorry you couldn't find it in some of the places that one might think you could find the help, but maybe they're just so used to getting taken advantage of that they might just kind of say, look, we've just had to make this a policy. If you want this, you're gonna have to jump through some hoops.
Every
just to get
policy
there.
are meant to be banned in certain situation. They could actually did something, and then I even tell them, call my boss right now. You'll know what is my pay coming up. Do this. I even gave them a situation that they would actually confirm what I'm saying, verify and everything, and they didn't do anything. And what happened after that situation? I was disgusted, and every single non-profit organization and every single church. I generalize, and that's one of the reasons that's why I don't want to go to church anymore. Because nobody helped me at that time that I really needed help.
And I'm sorry that was your situation, and I'm glad that the Lord worked something out for you in that last hour.
I did,
but it's.
I praise God at my own time, at my own place. That's what I do.
Yeah, because it was. Yeah, I mean,
It
like, if it was me, I too would have raised hell. Like, I'm thinking, like, wait, I have my, I have my family I've taken care of. Like, I can't have my kids on the street.
Yeah.
I can't have my kids on the street.
There's no possible
way.
way.
Right. And, with those of us who've been born into, these tough situations and these tough circumstances, would, like, okay. So, do you think we would need to elect maybe new leaders to try to see if there could be something done to change? I mean, because what happens in these communities? Well, in these communities, there tends to be a lot of violence and, drugs and drug abuse, drug abuse, alcoholism, like all the isms that aren't really that good tend to happen in a lot of these areas. So would you say maybe we need change in leadership to bring in some fresh heads to try to conquer these situations? Because I believe that our country we do live in a great country. I've said it the last, I think, maybe 2 episodes or so. I do believe America's great. I believe we live in the greatest country on earth. Are we perfect? No. But do we have it better than most? I would say yes. I would say yes.
I would say yes too.
And I'm not someone who, my family didn't come here from another country. I mean, not like, well, my grandmother came from Japan. My grandmother did come from Japan, so she's like, that's the most recent relative.
I can see the Japan thing in her. Yeah.
Thank you. That's the most
All of a sudden,
recent.
it just pulled in. It just, made sense.
We've known each other for months, girl. But but that's the most recent relative that I've had that's come from another country that's not born here in America. I'm not coming from, like, for me, I was born here. But I think that there's people who live in other countries who recognize and see the American dream and the hope that we offer, and that's why so many people are trying to come, whether it's legally, illegally, but people come because of that American dream. And I think our country does offer, we are the country that, again, if we are born in those situations, I think even those people have a chance to get out, and there are success stories. There are people who have been able to rise above those circumstances. Would those people been able to rise above those situations if they were born in like a third world country, or a country where you may be oppressed because of your sex, what you were born as? If you're a woman in certain countries, you don't even have certain rights, and you can't even do certain things. So I would argue that America is great. But do we have things that we do need to work on? Yes,
definitely.
We do have things that we need to work on. So I think we're great. It's just, how do we become even greater? And we're still a young country. We are still a young country, and we're still trying to find our way.
We're just 35.
We're trying to find our way. We're trying to find our way. Maria, with you coming from another country, do you bring that aspect, and do you think that America is great?
Oh yeah, definitely. I believe that I've seen a lot of in our country is there's a lot of things that you wouldn't like to live there. First is the discrimination is really big in the Philippines. Discrimination.
Against who?
When you turn 24, you cannot go get a job on the hotels, on the grocery stores, on the department stores. You cannot get any job, and even offices, they don't hire you
if you're a woman or anyone
24-year-old.
Okay,
they have an age category to get hired. 24-year-old.
Really?
Yeah, from 18-year-old to 24-year-old. If you go and look on their qualifications, you will see that. On all jobs in the Philippines.
You have to be 25 and above?
No, 18 to 18.
They're hiring 18 to 24-year-olds.
Yes.
And then once you're 25 and above,
you're out of luck.
That is so bizarre.
If you
so ageism is real there. Yes. Okay, and the employment.
Next, height. If you are less than 5 foot, which mostly Filipinos are less than 5 foot. All right, then you are actually out of luck. What I used to do, however, I wear my high heels. I put 5 foot in my application, and I'm wearing my high heels.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that just to get into the job. Because
there's even discrimination on your height as well?
Yes.
Wow. That's...
And then
mostly
90% jobs in the Philippines, you have to be a college graduate. If you don't have a diploma, you're not hired.
Oh.
So technically, those people who doesn't fall on those on those requirements, what their job is, they are maids in houses, because you don't need